inside Wildcat Stadium in beautiful Wall America. I'm Russ Howard, and I'm joined once again, probably for the last time this year, not because he's leaving, but because I have to. Larry Holscher. Larry, welcome to yet another broadcast.
Hey, I appreciate it. You know, you don't have to get us all sad before the beginning of this game. This is going to be a rocking game here in Wall tonight between Wall and Idalou. I mean, this is one I've been looking forward to all the way back to, July, late July, early August, once we had that interview. I mean, this is one that's been marked on my calendar for a while.
Right. You're watching the Pixelcast Media pregame show. Couple of things. We got Wall versus the Idalou Wildcats tonight. This is a battle of two perennial powers in 3A here in 3A D2 here in West Texas and up in the Panhandle/South Plains area. These teams have met 3 times previously, all in the playoffs. This will be their first regular season meeting. Wall has a 2-1 advantage in the matchups. Larry, tell me why you are so excited about this one.
Well, first of all, this is a replay of 2 years ago, a third-round playoff game. So you're talking about the regional semis in the third round. So it's a replay of that game. Like you just said, we're talking about 2 perennial powers, and we're not talking about just in district. We're talking about in the region playing tonight. I'm excited about it for a couple reasons, that being one. The second one being that Wall has been playing up all year long, minus the Mason game at the front of the year, which is also a perennial 2-way power. Mm-hmm. But they've been playing 4A Division 1, Division 1, 4A Division 2, 3A Division 1. This is the first time all year that they will play somebody in their division that could possibly have playoff implications. There's a good chance that these 2 teams see themselves again in the second round.
Oh, I agree.
To me, that you're getting a playoff caliber game in a pre-district game.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be incredible. Both these teams, like you mentioned, powerhouses. I have a trivia question for you.
Oh, I'm bad at trivia. Go ahead.
What do these 2 teams have in common from 2023?
From 2023?
Yep, they have one thing in common.
They're both still wearing green.
That's true, but that's not what I was asking. That's valid. Okay, 2 things they have in common from 2023. We got Joe. It's going to be a good night tonight. It has to do with the playoffs.
Since 2023?
No, in 2020. The 2023 season has to do with the playoffs. They shared one common thing from the playoffs.
Oh, you got me on this. I don't know.
They were both eliminated by Canadian.
Okay.
Canadian eliminated Idalou, and then the very next week, Canadian took out the Hawks. So Canadian also that traditional power up there in the Panhandle area.
Right, and that's another reason why this is such an intriguing game tonight, is because you've got a Lubbock school playing down here, I guess if you want to call us Central Texas, that's fine, but further south.
Yes.
And you've got people like Canadian and Muleshoe and a Littlefield that are watching the results of this game just to have a common opponent that they can kind of get some idea of how good Wall really is.
Right.
So there's a lot of implications that can come out of this game tonight on like a playoff look, pre-playoff look level.
Yeah. No, I agree wholeheartedly. Real quick, let's give you some background on both these teams, how we got to where we are right now. Both these teams come into this game 4-1. Wall averages 25.8 points per game, almost 26. Give up just under 18 points per game. Idalou scores almost 35 a game while giving up the same amount as Wall, just under 18 points per game. It promises to be good. Let's see, Idalou, they won 4 straight to open season, then lost last week to Shallow Water. They beat Sweetwater, beat Liberty, beat Levelland, which that's a pretty good quality win because Levelland's no slouch. And then beat Compass Academy, cleaned their clock, 63-0. But last week stumbled against Shallow Water, 24-20.
And the one that sticks out to me there is Liberty, because Liberty has played a lot of teams that are common opponents. They also played Sweetwater and Monahans. So you get an idea, at least if you're Wall, of kind of a common opponent of what Idalou has tonight.
Right. And then Wall, the Hawks, as if you follow the Hawks over this season, which I'm sure you have if you're watching this. They beat Mason 28-6, lost to Brownwood in a game that both of us think that had it not been for the injuries, I think they had a legitimate chance at beating Brownwood. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You're watching Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll be back after this.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union and the Pixelcast Media pregame show. We were talking before we went to break, and we kind of got crossed up a little bit. We'll take another break here when both teams hit the field and they do the national anthem. But Wall beat Mason, lost to Brownwood, and then have run off 3 straight wins. 2 of the 3 were nail biters. Jim Ned, they came from behind. Monaghan's, they held on to win. And then Sweetwater last week, the first game in 3 weeks on the road, they fell down 21-6, Larry, but ran off 36 straight points and won going away 42-21.
You know, and we talked about that after some of those tight games with like Jim Ned and Monaghan's, that when you're battle tested, when you're tried, you don't give up easy, right? So when they're down, you go into that locker room and you only have 2 options. Are you going to start doing your job and doing it faster and stronger, or are you just going to concede defeat? Well, anybody that's got any metal in them is going to take that as a challenge, and the kids from Wall took it as a challenge and rattled off what they needed, 28 points in the second half to get that win by 21 points.
Yeah, I mean, it was – Coach and I talked about it on the Coaches Show this past week, and if you're not watching that, tune in Tuesdays, and all of them are archived on Concho Sports Network YouTube. You can go look it up. But Coach was talking about that, and also we talked a little bit about how these games, these close games, these come-from-behind games really get you ready for the playoffs, for a deep run in the playoffs.
Right. You know, I said it last week at the pep rally. I say it again tonight, that in high school football, it's the team that makes the fewest mistakes that usually wins. Well, how do you not make mistakes? You're very disciplined in how you go about your job. You know, if you're supposed to do something a certain way, you do it a certain way. In that first half, you know, maybe an outside backer didn't fit outside like he was supposed to. He fit inside and gave them 7 more yards. It's little things like that that add up.
Yep. Yeah, and I was going to go. Let me go back to what you said. Your words at the pep rally. That's a pretty good picture posted on Facebook. If you go to the Wall Sports Fans or whatever it's called Facebook page, you can see our good friend Larry Holscher. Somebody snapped a good photo of you at the pep rally there.
Hey, people have got that hanging up in their attics to scare the mice away, is what they do. No, you know, my message to any athlete is always going to be play fast, play physical, play discipline. And when you hit that field, live in the moment, love the moment, but capture the moment, because you never know when those moments slip away.
Right. So real quick, I want to talk before we go to break in the national anthem here in just a moment. These are 2 of the most consistent programs here in 3A in the state of Texas. Idalou has had 1 losing season in the last 34 years. That was in 2017 when they went 4-7. Wall hasn't had a losing season in 16 seasons. So just incredible consistency and tradition that's been built across both these programs.
Sure. I mean, I was at Brady when Idalou kicked us out of the playoffs in I want to say maybe the second, maybe the third round at Grande. That had to be, I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. It had to be 2007 or 2008, I think.
We're going to do a quick break. You're watching Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Dear San Angelo, we share the belief that expectations are meant to be exceeded.
You think a pat on the back and trust should be earned.
You admire those who always do their best and bring out the best in others.
You believe we should always help our neighbor.
You have a history of embracing excellence and professionalism.
You feel the way we treat each other reflects our community's character.
We are proud to say, San Angelo, you are our hometown.
Would you like a time-lapse of your construction project? Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services. Need to check your roof for hail damage but don't want to climb up that rickety ladder? Perhaps you're selling property. We also cover sports and weddings. Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services.
Welcome back to Wall Hawks Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And while we have a moment, let's give you the NAMI starting lineups. National Alliance on Mental Illness. And here we go. Let's go on the offense for the Hawks from left to right. Okay, I got to stop right here. This is pretty cool, as all the Hawks are hand in hand on the field as the captains go to the Eagle head, or the Hawk head at midfield. From left to right, Kellen Oliver will get the start outside. Briggs Jones, we got to talk about Briggs Jones here in a moment. Briggs Jones back for the Hawks. Hudson Braden, Zach Welch, Reed Ballard, Bainjinski, and Emmett Marlett all up front. Evan Bailey will be inside, and then Reed Robertson on the outside at the Z position. Of course, running the pivot tonight will be Landon York. He will have Thomas Lianos in the backfield with him, and then the H-back, when they have one, will be both Kyler O'Neal and Garrett Guy will switch in and out. For the Wall defense, when they're on the field, the up front will be Brylan White. We'll talk about him in a moment, too. Weston Scandalari and Lane Stansberry. In the linebacking core, you've got Gavin Sisson, Garrett Guy, Ethan Mickelwitz, and Jacob Braden. And then at the corners, Levi King and Bryson McFarden. And then at safety, Briggs Jones and Bryson McFarden and Ethan Quinney will rotate in and out there. And so let's talk a little bit about Briggs Jones. Did you catch the coin
We'll
toss?
talk about it here in a minute. Go ahead.
Briggs Jones is back.
Right. Briggs Jones is back, and that's going to give them an obvious vertical threat.
Big time.
And what that allows you to now scheme him where he's not only a vertical threat, but he pulls your defense to allow somebody else underneath to catch a ball as well, or to pull them down so they can go over the top.
Yep.
He gives them another dimension.
Indeed. And so we'll talk a little bit about that as the game goes on. Quick, it looks like the Hawks will receive. Did the Idalou win and defer?
Well, either way, Idalou will get the ball in the second half because they'll be kicking off to Wall. As you're looking at this screen, we've got an east-northeast wind, so it's going to be more of a crosswind. As you're looking at it, the wind is actually coming over those trees that you see on your screen in the background right now. It'll be coming over the trees and over the stands as a kind of a crosswind from the visitor to the home side.
So getting ready for the Shirts Landscape opening kickoff.
And it is a pretty good wind. It's got the flag whipping tonight, so at least a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
And so a couple of things I want to touch on as we get ready for the kickoff. Briggs Jones is back. We mentioned that. I was talking with Coach Slaughter on the Coaches Show this week. Just imagine, you got Reed Robertson out there. You got Briggs out there. You've got Bailey, who has just really come on big time, the young sophomore.
And then you got Oliver on the opposite side.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned Reed Oliver.
Your four receivers, the ones that they've been waiting on, are all there tonight.
Yeah.
At your disposal. So it's gonna be kind of awesome to see what type of concepts they use. And Idalou jumps out with an onside kick. From the middle. They go, all right, let's give this a shot.
All right, and that was, I don't want to sound mean, but that was one of the weaker onside kickoffs I think I've seen. It just dribbled over there. And I think, was that number 11 that fell on top of that? I think, was that Bryson McFarden that fell on top?
I thought it was 58, and it was Bennett Branch.
Who just fell on it.
Yeah, I mean, it came right to him. He's like, hey, thanks for the gift.
As you see that on the Alpha Paving instant replay. And so now The Hawks will line up with 2 in the backfield as Landon York calls the signals. And he puts one in motion, then hands off right up the gut to Llanos. Just an inside give and quick 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up second down.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's going to be Tilson Smith for Idalou on the tackle.
So now we'll see what they do. And he's got, looking at here, that's he's got Kyler O'Neal in there as an H-back, and Llanos behind him in the running back position. 1 to the near side, 2 to the far side, and just a simple give. Now, actually, that's not Llanos. That
looked like Briggs Jones.
Yeah, that's Briggs Jones back there. And he's thrown for a 3-yard loss, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Kyler O'Neal has been getting a little more play at that
H-back position.
Fullback, sniffer back, whatever you want to call him, depending on the set.
Yeah. And now York will put 4 wide, 2 to each side, and a running back just off his right hip. Now he puts Briggs Jones in motion, calls for the snap, drops straight back, looks downfield, going down the sideline, wide receiver wide open, Evan Bailey, and he's knocked out inside the Idalou Wildcats 30-yard line, the 29-yard line. That is.
And all you're going to see Bailey do here is he's just going to follow, and then he's going to sit at about 12 yards, and the ball is perfect. All you're trying to do,
yes.
They found him in cover 2 and found that hole between the safety and the corner.
Saw that on the Alpha Paving Instant Replay. Now after the Oasis Crop Insurance first down, a little pitch to Briggs Jones. He breaks it up the far sideline for another Oasis Crop Insurance first down. So the Hawks off and running.
Yeah, he's going to, not only that, it also puts them into the Angelo MRI red zone right here with a 15-yard gain by Briggs Jones.
See Briggs on the Alpha Paving Instant Replay, returned after several weeks off of an injury, and now he's quickly made his presence known with a couple of carries here. And Evan Bailey, man, I just can't say enough about Evan Bailey. We'll talk more about him as the game goes on. But now York with 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side, just a quick drop. A little fade route to the end zone, caught by Reed Robertson. Are they going to? Yes, sir. That is a touchdown, Alpha Paving touchdown. Reed Robertson. How many times have we talked about Robertson?
And right there, we'll see it on the Alpha Paving replay here in a minute. It was just a simple go route. It was just a fade to the corner of the end zone, and what a beautiful hole shot there by York.
Yep.
As we get ready for the Dick's Key Shop extra point by none other than Stansberry.
Yeah, Lane Stansberry does it all. He stops the run. He gets the sacks. He kicks the Dick's Key Shop extra point. Thank you, Dick's Key Shop, for sponsoring our extra points tonight.
Hey, did you happen to notice who the holder was right there?
I did not, but we'll see it here on the Alpha Paving. Well, we won't.
Here's the replay of the touchdown. Like I said, it's just a go route, and his stem is just a walk-off stem, and he gets around him and steps right back in.
Yes, he does.
What a beautiful shot by York for that touchdown.
That was an incredible throw, incredible catch. Who was it holding? Let's go back to that. Who was it holding on that extra point?
Let's see if we got the extra one. Now, the extra point, the person holding it, you were about to talk about him, was Evan Bailey.
So Evan Bailey, I have been really impressed. This young man has really stepped up. Last week he had 3 catches, 90 yards, his high for the season, and he was open. It seemed like he was open all night long. I went back and watched the Sweetwater game from their feed, which wasn't quite as good as the Concho Sports feed, but hey, here we are. I might be biased a little bit there.
Hey,
but
anyway, as you're rubbing the luster on that apple right there.
But he did. I mean, he had a phenomenal game against the Mustangs, and here he is already on that drive. A beautiful catch.
Right.
Down
that was
the sideline.
that was a great concept that they ran him right behind Reed, so they let Reed clear it out and then threw that whole shot to Bailey.
Yep.
The good thing about Bailey is just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's got 2 more years after this one. And Stansberry puts foot to ball, kicks it, comes down at the Wildcat 25-yard line. Fair catch called for there.
I'm surprised
they didn't throw a flag
that they didn't throw a flag because he took off after he
Isn't that a delay of game?
Yes, that's a delay of game.
So that was the Shirts Landscape kickoff after the Hawks with their Alpha Paving touchdown and leading 7-0 here. So Less than 2 minutes in. What a perfect way to start this one for the Hawks.
Oh, absolutely. If you're Craig Slaughter, you're excited about how this started off.
Now,
it looked a little sketchy the first 2 plays, and then boom, 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 boom.
Yep, it caught on, and off they went. So now the Wildcats hand off straight up the middle, just an inside give. That is Cutter Huchin, the quarterback, number 10, the senior for the Wildcats.
Looked like that was Scandalari on the tackle, number 61.
The Wildcats going quick now, and the Alpha Paving instant replay you saw, and now 2 in the backfield for Huchin. And now he stops, looks to the sideline to see if the call is going to be changed. Now gets what he wants.
Yeah, they're throwing a little sugar over there to see what the secondary is going to do.
And now just another inside give, and this time the Hawks said, not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, that was Brylan White got his mitts on him at the line of scrimmage and said, no, this ain't happening.
I'm really curious. You mentioned Brylan White. We haven't got to what I want to talk about with him. I'm waiting until they pull it out of their hat, because last week Coach Slaughter and the offensive gurus pulled some stuff out of their hat with Brylan White.
Yeah, they call it what, the 12-pack?
The 12-pack.
I like, how about 12 gauge, like a shotgun? Boom.
I could buy either one, but we'll go with 12-pack. So dual running backs now for Huchin as he puts a receiver in motion to the near side, sets up just outside the 30-yard line marker on the field, and now the pass is to the far sideline.
That's going to be Scandalari who's running him down. He's going to elude him, but then be tackled by Ethan Mikowitz, I do believe.
And that's going to be an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. It looked like the rusher, and I couldn't see who that was, got up there, just couldn't quite get to the pass, and it was caught out there by number 11. That is Jensen Davis, who was able to pick up an Oasis Crop Insurance first down, and now the Wildcats from their own 36-yard line.
And that's one they're going to keep throwing little bubbles and little slips, just try to bring the secondary down.
Yep. And now a little jet sweep fake, and the quarterback, Huchin, who picks up actually nothing. He loses a yard on the play. We mentioned a little bit, you and I off the air were talking about the key to stopping this offense is stopping Huchin.
Yeah, he can run. I mean, he's a great athlete, so it's going to be in their interest to keep him in the pocket and make plays like Gavin Sisson just did of you see it, it comes clear, you go get it.
Yep. So now Cutter looks to the sideline. He's got 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Calls the play, looks over, makes some motions to his tailback, and now just turns and gives on an outside sweep. And that's going to be 6, maybe 7 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Actually, it's going to be about 4 yards, bring up a 2nd and 6 with 7:42.
They had a 2nd and 12.
Sorry, third and 6 with 7:42 left in the game. Or left in the first quarter, sorry.
We'll try to keep you up to date with the clock as we go. We know the clock's not on the screen. We do apologize for that. So now, pistol set for the Wildcats. And Huchin just takes the ball, just a straight-up keeper, and the Hawks do a great job on bringing him down at the 44-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and looks like maybe 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, 4th and about 3, so Idalou's got a decision to make
and
here.
There's no decision.
You see them stepping up in an offensive formation, but they can easily step back and drop kick it.
Yep, and here we go as Huchin drops back into punt formation, short punt formation, gets the snap, just pops it up in the air, and the Hawks will let it roll. What a kick, 5-yard line. It's going to roll and into the end zone. Did he get it?
No.
Nope, it's a touchback. I was trying to see what the ref called. Yep, that was a good punt, though. What a punt.
Yeah, he did a great job of kicking it, and kicking it in a place where it almost died exactly where he wanted to.
56-yard punt.
In fact, had he not touched it, I'm not sure it wouldn't have died right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was dying quickly on the Alpha Paving instant replay. We'll see great camera work by our cameraman Brandon Richardson.
See, it's that move right there, that last one. Yeah, I'm not sure it wouldn't have went to the left.
He made a good faith effort to catch that, and now we're going to go ahead and take a break. You're watching Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Oliva Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
When having a truck is essential, you should drive a Tundra from Mitchell Toyota. A Toyota Tundra is a formidable combination of power, space, and technology. Plus, it's a great-looking truck. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And now the Hawks will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Oasis Crop Insurance first down, first play of the drive. Hawks leading 7-0 with 6:59 left here in the first quarter, Larry.
Yes, first quarter. I appreciate you throwing that out there. I'm getting a little confused over here. So Wall takes over after an Idalou injury to number 3 Mental.
And now just a swing pass. Yep, just a swing pass to Robertson.
A little
3
juking
yards.
and jiving for a few more, right?
Yeah. That's one thing about Robertson. He really
was that Robertson or was that Oliver?
No, that was number 1, was it not?
It very well could have been. He
Alpha Pavement
normally plays on the right. Yeah, no, it was Robertson.
Came in motion to the near
bubble.
side.
Yeah, a little bubble screen.
And then few moves there, but a couple of yards.
Watching this game? No, I'm just messing.
And so now York with the back just to his right. Now just a fake, and he rolls to the near sideline and throws. Looked like him and Robertson were not on the same page on that play.
No, that was a very smart play by York. You could see it was supposed to be an RPO. He faked to Leonis, and then it was supposed to be a little quick shot to the slot that wasn't there. And then he noticed that Reed was cut. They had somebody over the top of him. He just decided to throw it away and just fight another down.
So now there was a flag on the play. It's going to be marched off against the Hawks. I'm not sure what that call was.
Intentional grounding by number 5.
They called that?
They're saying they're saying he wasn't throwing to a receiver. 2, they're saying he wasn't outside the tackle box. Which,
yeah, but he.
I'll still take a 5-yard penalty over a possible pick any day.
Indeed. So now 3rd down and 14 should be. And now a deep pass was thrown to Kellen Oliver as a little
he
deep
looks
in
like
route.
He just shut the route down. He's like, he's over the top, which, York's expecting him to keep rolling.
Mm-hmm. So he threw it to where he thought he would be.
Yeah, I mean, he's on a post route, so keep running in your post and wait for it to clear up for you, or catch the ball while you take a shot.
And I just said deep corner route. Of course, I meant deep post route because, I'm apparently not watching this game either today. And now the punt.
It's going to be a good punt.
Good punt. It's going to hit at the
44. Yeah.
And picked up there by the Wildcats, back up to the 50 and out of bounds. And there's the flag.
Wow.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry. I got to be neutral. Inside the Hawks 50.
In the officials back here, he did touch him out of bounds. I don't think it was as violent as it looked, but he did. You'll see it right here. He's out of bounds right there, and he does touch him, which he really didn't need to do that.
That was Zach Welch on that penalty. So the Wildcats with the break there, they will take over.
Yeah, great field position now.
33-yard line of the Wall Hawks with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down.
Yeah, now they're in great position. This is the one that Idalou wants to take advantage of.
6:04 left here in the first quarter. Wall leading 7-0. And the snap, the fake, and right there, that is Wall defense personified right there. That's number 48, Dylan Sellers, and I couldn't get the other. Who's the other number?
52, Ben Taylor, and
what a
Sellers
stop.
Met at the ball carrier.
That's how you stop that quarterback.
We talked about, how do you play that as a defensive end? You slow play it like Ben Taylor just did right there. He made sure that the handoff was there, and then he came flat down the line to make that tackle.
As you can see on the Alpha Paving instant replay, now 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats as Huchin calls for the snap, and now the fake, and he's going to keep it again. He's going to have a bit of open area, and he's going to get down inside the 30 of the Hawks, a 5-yard pickup on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 5, Larry.
Yeah, that's very much manageable, and Huchin, he just steps up and he sees a Wall Hawk and slides to the left as they work this 3rd and 5 play here.
And now Hoochin's got Gentry Pounds, number 44, in the backfield with him. He's got two receivers left, two receivers right. And now the Hawks have got everybody up in the box, and now they drop one back.
Briggs they're doing a really good job of disguising how many's coming. While we go on this break, you always like to give a few shout-outs to people that's watching the game. Well, tonight there's a big old group out at Wildy Ranch watching this game, so a big shout-out to y'all guys while y'all are watching it, and I know y'all are cheering on the Hawks.
And with that being said, hey fans, check out why First Community is the #1 local auto lender with great rates on new, used, or refinance autos and a variety of payment options. They can help make your payment fit your budget. Be smart, bank smart. Apply online at 1cfcu.org or give them a call at 325-653-1465. Rates and terms based on, as always, approved credit. So here we go, the Wildcats with a 3rd and 5, Larry, and so far, Wall, pretty much that one penalty has kind of been the catalyst for basically the only offense the Wildcats have had this first quarter.
Sure. Yeah, that's what set them up, and then a really good punt return by number 11 that got them, and then a penalty gets them in a really good shape right here at the 33?
And so now 3rd down and 5 is Hoochin.
27.
Calls for the snap, and he drops straight back, and now a little swing route. And he had 44 Gentry Pounds wide open out there.
And I'm here to tell you, if it wasn't for Garrett Guy getting his hand just a little bit of that ball, there was nobody out there.
Pounds. Yeah, Pounds would have probably caught that and been dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, well, he's running for a long way for sure, if not, because there's nobody out here. You can see Mickey coming, but he makes at least 4 to 5 yards off of that.
And the Alpha Paving Instant Replay. I also saw Ethan Mikowitz come over and give him a little pop, little love tap there.
He's just saying hello.
Yeah, he was like, hey, what's up, man? What's up, Mr. Pounds? How you doing? So now 4th down for the Wildcats. Hoochin calls for the snap. Now he's going to roll to the near sideline. He's going to pitch, and Pounds is going to be drilled out of bounds.
And that was a vicious shot by both Pounds and by Mickey.
Yes.
Mikowitz right there with a vicious hit on Pounds, but man, Pounds delivered one too, but that's going to be a turnover on downs. We'll see it right here. Hoochin attacks the DN late, and then you just see Mickey come up and deny him the first down, and Pounds did a great job lowering his shoulder, but so did Mick.
Yeah. So a couple of yard pickup is not 5 yards, and so the Hawks get the ball, the turnover on downs, and we'll start with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. Good series defensively by Ethan Mikowitz right there.
It was a vital series.
Yes. And so now York gets the snap, just gives it on an outside zone. OZ play, as Larry likes to say. And fighting for an Oasis Crop Insurance first down out to the 38-yard line. Trying to see who gets up from that.
That's Leonis.
Leonis again.
Yes, and here's number 11 for Idalou coming off that pile. He's kind of everywhere tonight from his corner position. You'll see him right there, but it's just an OZ, like you said, and the hard, nasty yards by Leonis right there, breaking 2 tackles and then carrying the pile forward.
And then another handoff once again coming to the near side, trying to see, is that Leonis again?
That's Leonis again.
And Leonis with another Oasis Crop Insurance first down, so back-to-back good runs. Leonis on the season, 83 carries, 253 yards, 3 touchdowns. You look at the numbers, that's only 3 yards a carry, but he's getting those tough yards, and tonight he's getting some big chunks.
And when you look at him coming around the end, it's almost like he's surprised that there's that much green, that he's not sure whether he just wants to stick it and go forward and try to run over a guy or go around him.
So now York looks like he's got Kyler back there with him again. And now the ball is going to be fumbled, kicked, chased down, and Idalou's going to have it inside the Wall Hawk 10-yard line.
Here's going to be the question. Well, you can't fumble a ball forward, but I'm not sure about a kickball like that. I guess it'll handle.
So Alpha Paving Instant Replay. The snap.
It's just a high snap, but because of it, the running back doesn't get across. Leonis doesn't get across to pick up the stunting.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't think that was deliberately kicked. It was.
No, it wasn't deliberately kicked.
A.J. Huddleston on the fumble recovery for Idalou. And now the Wildcats with a great scoring opportunity in the Angelo MRI red zone at the Wall Hawk 11-yard line, 1st and 10. So now we'll see what can the Wildcats do. Have been unsuccessful to date, their first 3 possessions here in this one. What can they do on possession number 4? So Huchin, 2 backs in the backfield, calls for the snap. And now he's just going to fake it, come back to the near side, wide open. Stepping into the end zone is number 11, Jensen Davis. Jensen Davis, nice little catch. He got free on that little, I don't know if you call that a little swing pass, tunnel screen, whatever you call it, but he just caught it and was untouched.
Yeah, that was nothing but a little hitch, a little slip screen out here, and all he had to do was break one, and there was nobody else. You see no safeties back. I mean, it's a full go. I really thought that they were going to go ahead and run the option because there was no edge up top, but they ran that little slip screen, and it was just as good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, after we see the Deeks Key Shop extra point, after the Alpha Paving touchdown, the Alpha Paving instant replay, that was a nicely designed, well-called play by Idalou.
Absolutely.
They had been watching those Wall Hawks creep up, and then they burned them.
Yep. Nope, couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, they wall loaded the box and they made them pay.
They did.
7 in the box, you throw the ball. Less than 7 in the box, you run it.
Right. 3:31 left in the first quarter, and so now Wall, after the turnover, the fumbled snap, now faces a 7-7 ball game as Idalou was able to take advantage of that turnover. And that's the thing, you get turnovers, you got to put points on the board.
Right. I mean, you've got to take advantage of somebody else's mistakes.
Right. So as we get ready for the Schertz Landscape kickoff, so far it's been an interesting game. I mean, I hate to take anything away from Idalou, and I'm not really meaning to, but Idalou so far has capitalized on Wall mistakes.
Well, Idalou has done what they needed to do.
Yep.
You know, they capitalized on the grounding of York.
Yep.
And then had a good punt return to get good field position, and then they took advantage of a bad snap right there to get even better field position.
Yep.
But you know, on the flip side of that, you know, some people would say it's luck. I say it's preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
You know, the opportunity arose and they hustled to it.
So Colton Hurst kicks it off. Now it's going to dribble down at the 20-yard line, and picking it up is Evan Bailey.
That was a sick kick.
Yeah, it just kind of
hit and just
like a
died.
wedge, like a wedge shot.
Yes.
A layup wedge there.
I wish I could hit my wedges that good.
Colton Hurst, great job, young man, on that kickoff after the initial onside kick was unsuccessful. Colton Hurst there puts the Hawks, basically that's as good as a touchback, as they will start from their own 21-yard line. And we'll see how do they respond after that fumbled snap, and touchdown by Idalou after the turnover.
You know, and right now there's 3:25 left in the first.
So now 2 wide receivers, each back in motion now, and now a quick throw out to the far sideline. With it is Reed Robertson, and Robertson is going to be tackled after an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. He gets outside that 30-yard line. Again, catch and run after catch.
You're going to see this on this Alpha Paving replay. What a great job of being patient. You see the guard and the tackle run out there. He's coming in. Watch him dip behind them and then get behind them. He dips back behind them and then runs right behind them. Great job, Mr. Robinson.
Good job following his blocks on that.
Absolutely.
He waited for them, followed them, got the first down. And
right.
So now, go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. Leonis with the ball this time for 4 yards.
Leonis is picking up some good, hard, tough yards. And so the Hawks, the Hawks after a Oasis Crop Insurance first down pick up 4 from Leonis. And we'll see what the game plan from Coach is going forward here. And 2 backs in the backfield with York. He backs them up, Leonis and Briggs Jones. And the snap comes back, and the give is to Leonis. Leonis to the near side, breaking tackles, and he gets down outside the 40 to the 44. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Third, very manageable, Larry.
Yeah, very manageable, and that's what you want to do. You know, they're moving the ball. They're making good little chunk yards right here. You know, and that was actually supposed to be a counter, but it all came inside, and he's like, well, everything's inside. I'll just bounce outside. There wasn't anybody filling behind those ends.
Alpha Paving instant replay. And so now the snap to York. Actually, that's what I was going to talk about, the 12-pack in action right there. Was that Brylan White on the 12-pack?
That was Brylan White on the run, and it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
They put that 12-pack in there. We mentioned it kind of a little bit, but Brylan White in that Sweetwater game, they broke that out.
You know, they're letting all the defensive end and linebackers out there, hey, you guys, y'all go have some fun.
They're letting them eat. Let's let them eat.
Well, I mean, defensive ends and the linebackers, they got to be some of the meanest guys on the team. So let them go block and run.
Yep. So now an Oasis crop insurance first down, I think.
Yeah, it's a first down.
They still haven't moved. Yep, there it is.
The white hat called it a while ago.
And so now the snap, and now whistles blow, and looks like there's going to be a timeout called by Idalou with 1:33 left in the first quarter. We're going to take a break. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. The Hawks with an Oasis crop insurance first down now will line up at their own 45-yard line after the Idalou Wildcat timeout. Tie ball game 7-7 and 1:33 left here in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 back. And now just a turn and give to Leonis. Leonis break it free. 40.
He gets outside and he gets not pulled down right before he found the edge.
I'm telling you, one more block, one more broke tackle, and I think Leonis is dancing in the end zone.
Oh, there's no doubt, you know, and now it's just countered the other way, but he sees everybody flowing that way, and he cuts it back opposite.
Yep.
And he's if he doesn't get tripped up right there, it is house.
Aiden Barrera saved a touchdown for the Wildcats right there. And so now first down on the Oasis Crop Insurance first down, and now a throw out to the far sideline. Just looked like a little stop route, and it looked like
it was
15.
a rub route is what it was. Bailey was running basically an out, and we had a slant up top, and it was supposed to be playing on 15, and 15 just sat right there and said, okay, I'll wait, you deal.
A.J. Huddleston almost with a pick to stop the Wall Hawk drive, but just an incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks. And York calls for the snap, and he fakes the handoff, throws it outside, and they're loss of 6 on the plate. Wildcats are getting smart to those little swing routes now.
You know, and all that is a bubble, and Reed just flat did not pick up the corner at all. No. And that's who's right over the top of you. You'll see this on this instant replay. That's the guy right over the top of you, and he's cheating. We used to call it, just cheat.
And you know, Reed came back to the huddle, tapping his helmet. That was on me. He owned up to that. He missed that.
Now, I'll be honest, that's a tough block because he's already cheating in.
Yeah. And now third and in route. Now caught by Kellen Oliver. Kellen Oliver. Hey, a Kellen Oliver sighting for an Oasis Crop Insurance first down.
You know, and you're going to see the same route that he kind of slowed down on earlier. It's just what he does is he pushes it up, runs right now into the post, but sits between the safeties.
And that was a great throw by Landon York. He put it right on the money. Kellen Oliver picked it up. On 3rd and 16, the Hawks pick up a first down, and they are now just inside the Angelo MRI red zone.
Yeah, just when they needed a huge play, they got it.
York in the pistol gives it off to Briggs Jones. Briggs Jones shows that speed, and that's going to be he stepped out at the 4-yard line.
They're going to have him out at the 4-yard line.
Oh, I thought Briggs Jones, we were getting ready to mention Alpha Paving touchdown, but we'll give an Alpha Paving instant replay instead.
Either way, we're going to be in the Angelo MRI red zone.
Yes.
We'll see right there. It'll be right. He was out.
He did. But
hey, they actually gave him, I think, a yard right there because it looked like it went out to 5.
Yeah. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. When we come back, the Hawks are in the Angelo MRI red zone trying to take control of this game and jump out to another lead. You're watching Wall Hawk football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Welcome back to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And so now the 12-pack in effect, the snap to Brylan White. He's going to give it.
That's Mick.
Is that Ethan Mikowitz?
Ethan Mikowitz with the score.
Getting the big guys, the linebackers scoring now as well. Brylan White took the snap, give it to Ethan Mikowitz, and that's an Alpha Paving touchdown.
You like it when the defense becomes the offense and just eats, right? It's just a way of life.
That 12-pack works once again as we get ready for the Dick's Key Shop extra point. You know, I think I've become a fan favorite of Evan Bailey, so every time he's on the field, I'm calling his name. Evan Bailey holding now for Lane Stansberry on this Dick's Key Shop extra point. The kick is up. It is good, and the Hawks take a 14-7 lead. What a drive. What a way to answer. You get a fumble on that last possession that Idalou turns into a touchdown. You see it on the Alpha Paving instant replay.
Then you get to the 12-pack, and Ethan Mick, you know, and that is Garrett Guy with the out block, on the lead out block that frees him to just dang near walk in.
Yeah, that 12-pack is quite, you know, he saved it until the Sweetwater game, I think. I don't think we'd seen it before Sweetwater.
No, sir.
And so he saved it, he puts it in, and it's now 3 touchdowns. In probably 7 or 8 times that they ran that play, I think they've scored 3 times on it. So what a concept, what a design, and great call.
You know, 12-pack, 12 gauge. It's like BB's going everywhere. You just don't know which BB's going to hit the hole. You know.
Yeah. And so we were talking about shout-outs earlier. I got a message here from my good friend Levi Horner. Nice young man, working in the broadcasting business. He says, "Hey, be neutral, Russ." So I'm being neutral. It was after that flag call I didn't like too much. So, Levi, here's your shout-out, and I'll try to be neutral. And now the Hawks getting ready for the Shirts Landscape kickoff as they now lead 14-7 with 11:56, just 4 seconds into the second quarter.
Wall America or Switzerland?
Wall America, baby.
Okay.
It's all about America. Wall America.
Wall America.
Clayton Weissoon Field, Wall Hawk Stadium, it don't get much better than this. And now Stansberry kicks it deep.
What a great kick. It's
going to come down and be bobbled for a moment inside the 5. Coming back with it are the Wildcats. Breaks a tackle, 35, 36-yard line before he's brought down. See who that was on that return. Was that 15?
Yeah, that was 15 on the return.
A.J. Huddleston.
Yeah, and he's a big feller. When he gets going,
it's hard to get
you can tell he's a big young man that you got to think how you're going to hit him. But that is Will Aldridge, I do believe, number 55 on the tackle.
So now the Wildcats with an Oasis Crop Insurance initial first down on this drive, trying to answer the Hawk touchdown drive that went 79 yards.
You know, and you almost get the feel right now that that's what they need to do, because at the beginning of the game you got all these nerves, you got all this enthusiasm, and now the game's kind of settled in.
Yep. And so now, yep, exactly right. Now we're kind of getting down to who can execute better, who can call the play, who can put their guys in the right positions and win this one.
Right, now you're starting to see the chess match.
Yep, that's it.
And people are even the kids are settling down. Now they're working. Now they're playing off of what they've seen all week.
Right.
Instead of just pure emotion.
Right. And so now Cutter Hoochin Also has, trying to see who the back in the backfield with him is. Is that Gavin Vinson, number 18, back there with him? Trying to get numbers.
I believe so.
Old eyes don't work quite as well as they used to. And now Hoochin calls for the snap. He retreats. He sidearms that one. It's going to be picked off.
Garrett
Guy down to the 35-yard line. My, oh my. It looked like Hoochin, I don't know, I don't want to use the word panic, but he kind of sidearmed that out there, and Guy was in perfect position.
Well, you'll see it on the Alpha Pavement Instant replay. He gets somebody, Brylan White off the edge right there, and he's got that window, but he's got to throw under his hand. He's trying to hit that 10-yard stop, and he just doesn't see Garrett Guy sitting right there in that window.
Right. So now the Hawks take it over after a interception on the first play of the Wildcat drive, and they will scrimmage from the 34-yard line of Idalou. 1st and 10 with 10:52 left here in the second quarter. And now York gives it off inside, trying to see who that was.
That was Leonis again, and he's going to be good for 5 yards. You know, and once again, they're just caving that side down, and he's just bouncing it outside.
Leonis is helping that yard per carry average here tonight as he's broke off several big runs here.
I mean, you see right there, number 54, Braden, he just blocks out, and it makes a nice little hole for Leonis to jump inside of.
Shout out to Hudson Braden. Sure Kurt Braden would appreciate that. And now 2nd down and 5, and now York's going to come to the near side. That's going to be Reed Robertson catching it, and he's going to not be able to break that tackle out there, and so short gain, maybe a half yard, maybe a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, those two.
10 minutes left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Those two will probably go in at halftime and say, hey, you remember when you missed on my bubble screen? I didn't mean to miss on your slip screen, but I did.
So you can see, we were watching it from up here, you can see the developing chess match, what's not working, what's working, and you can see them setting up stuff down the road here. So the pistol set now is York, gives it to
Kyler O'Neal.
Yep, there he goes.
Looks like he's going to have just enough for a 1st down.
Oasis Crop Insurance 1st down.
You know, and right there what you saw is they go to the wide side on this instant replay. They go to the wide side, and they pull. Idalou has that outside backer real far out trying to take away the slant of Oliver, I'm sure, since it's 3rd and short. And that allows him just enough room for Kyler O'Neal, you know, you block down and give him the edge before the outside backer can get there.
So now 1st and 10 after the Oasis Crop Insurance 1st down for the Hawks. And now York gets the pass, or the snap, drops straight back, throws it to the far sideline. That is Kellen Oliver. They are going to say
that's a catch.
And get 5 yards on the play. Actually 4. They're going to give him 4. Kellen showed up tonight. He's been kind of a little quiet the last couple of weeks. He showed up big time tonight so far.
Right, you know, and that was kind of an errant throw by York. I'm sure he would have rather had it up a little bit because Oliver was coming in. He had some room for a little more yardage, but he got enough to get us into the Angelo MRI red zone.
Right at the edge of the Angelo MRI red zone, and so now whistle sounds and timeout called. Idalou used their 2nd timeout of the half. We'll take a break. You're watching Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. 2nd and 5 inside the Angelo MRI red zone as York will line up with Leonis in the backfield with him to his left. He gets the snap. He's just going to simple inside give to Leonis, breaks the tackle, 10, 5. 2-yard line.
What a great run by Thomas Leonis, you know.
This kid is impressing me tonight. I mean, he's impressed me all year with his toughness, but now he's showing me a little something with his elusiveness, a little bit of speed.
Yeah, you know, and all this was an inside zone. He sees the hole, sticks it, and then goes up, breaks the tackle of 7, then breaks the tackle of 8, and then carries 11 for another 7 yards.
And York now, one more time. He lets Leonis pay it off. That's going to be a Wall Hawk touchdown. Alpha Paving touchdown for the Wall Hawks. Leonis, that was the Thomas Leonis drive, that last couple of plays right there.
You know, and you like the fact that they called his number again. I mean, he fought so hard to get down there. Let him go ahead and punch it in. And what a great job by the offensive line on those 2 plays. The OZ, there was a big hole for him to jump in, and right there, he had to pick which hole he wanted to run in.
And now the Dick's Key Shop extra point off the hold by Evan Bailey. I get to mention him again. And now Lane Stansberry puts foot to it, and
it's good.
Gets it through. And so the Hawks now leading 21-7. So again, we see, Larry, turnovers are crucial.
Yes.
Turnover,
14 points so far over 2 turnovers, right?
Yeah. So Idalou gets a turnover, gets a touchdown. Wall drives down, gets a touchdown, kicks off. First play, Idalou throws a pick, Wall gets a touchdown. You've got to pay off those turnovers.
Well, you know, and the turnovers right now are happening at really bad places on the field for them because you're giving them a short field. And both of these teams, you cannot give them a short field.
Right.
They're too good.
Right. Hey, Hawks fans, we want you to let you know that if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go see the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group. That's Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way. When you couple that with a First Community Federal Credit Union auto loan, you got yourself a deal right there. And so now the Shirts Landscape kickoff, forthcoming from Stansberry as he puts the ball down at the 40-yard line, right on the X at Clayton Wysoon Field, inside Wall Hawk Stadium in beautiful Wall, America. I love Wall. I love this place, man. It's awesome.
Well, it's the heartland type
it
stuff.
It is. You don't get this in big city football.
No, I mean, this is grassroots.
Yes, sir.
People pitching in to help each other type community, man.
And that kickoff is fielded at the 7-yard line, coming to the near sideline and breaking a tackle and then coming back again.
And that's going to be Levi King wrapping him up and not letting him have any more than right there.
Jensen Davis made a couple of moves at the 20-yard line and was able to get maybe a couple of more out of it. But like you said, Levi King brings him down at the 24-yard line. And now Wall will see what the Wildcats want to do. I have to mention this. I mentioned it off camera and there before the game and the broadcast started. But Coach Craig Slaughter of Wall got his green tie on tonight. No hat either.
Well, there's a reason.
He's got no hat. Okay.
There is a reason. You see him in that's the screen right now, looking all like Dapper Dan, without the hair gel because he doesn't need it. But he's a little bit like me. But tonight is homecoming here at Wall, and his daughter is a senior, is in part of the homecoming court.
Ah, okay. That's why the tie and no hat. Okay.
It's not a throwback to Landry, although he's a Landry-ish type coach.
Yeah.
A little more active than Tom Landry was.
So the first play, gain of 4 for the Idalou Wildcats. We'll talk more, I'm sure, about Coach Slaughter's attire as we go through the broadcast. And now Cutter looks to the sideline and gets the play, make sure he's got the right one. Hoochin now running back to his right, and now he's going to take the snap and just a simple keeper to the far sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 3 with 7:30 and the clock running here in the second quarter.
Exactly, you know, and Idalou's going to go fast to try to get something going.
And now just an inside give, and that's going to be a Oasis Crop Insurance first down for Gentry Pounds.
And that's Dylan Sellers on the tackle. You know, and right there, Idalou caught Wall with a weak edge, and once again, you see it right off of this replay. You see no edge other than Dylan. Dylan's playing kind of out here. So as he gets back in, it's going to automatically, because he's so wide, going to be at least a 2-yard gain.
Right. So 1st and 10 after that Oasis Crop Insurance first down by the Wildcats, as they will scrimmage, snap the ball from their own 35-yard line. And Hoochin calls for the snap. And just an outside zone give, and there goes Jensen again.
That's another very large human. I was down on the track in pregame, and he's a big individual.
Number 44, Gentry pounds. Pardon me for sneezing there. All of a sudden got something crazy, and now just a little swing pass out here to the near sideline.
Yeah, and
Jensen Davis.
Rutledge wasn't having any of that out here at corner. He played off the block and then wrapped up the receiver.
Nice tackle there. The block was he fought off that block.
That was a really good job of fighting off a block.
Yep. Indeed. And so now 2nd down and 10 from the Wildcat 47-yard line. Make it 47. It's hard to see that through this window here. So Hoochin with 2 backs in the backfield. He'll take the snap, he'll turn, fake, roll to the far sideline, a little throw out there. And again, that's Gentry. Gentry pounds, the big running back / linebacker. He picks up 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 7, 5:50 and counting left here in the first half.
Now remind you, Idalou will get the ball coming out of the half.
Yep. So they would like to put something in the end zone, get that twofer.
Absolutely. Use the clock.
Yep.
And then put it in the end zone.
4 wide receivers for Hoochin, who once again just gives it to Pounds, and Pounds once again is going to pick up an Oasis Crop Insurance first down inside Wallhawk territory. So they found a little something here.
Yeah.
With that little outside zone to Pounds.
Right. Just let Pounds keep pounding it in.
Yep.
Either throw it to the flat or just get it to him on an OZ, and this is a counter, 2 Pounds.
Again. So they found something that's working now. 5-yard pickup right there for the Wildcats. 2nd down, and now Coach Slaughter out there on the field giving some signals to his defense. Looking dapper and sharp on this homecoming. We have not mentioned it's homecoming night, have we?
No, we have not.
We have not.
We're so focused on this game.
We're in the 2nd quarter. We hadn't even mentioned homecoming. Great crowd homecoming night 2024. And so Hoochin drops back. He's going to go deep down that far sideline.
That's going to be picked off, but they're going to call PI.
There's going to be a
who's
PI.
it PI on? Because you have perfect.
Yep.
This is be an interesting call because you got somebody with their arm, but they're running right with them, looking back at the ball.
Yep.
So now they're basically a receiver.
And they're going to call PI on Briggs Jones. My. Interesting. That's interesting. Let's see here on the Alpha Paving instant replay as that's going to be an Olivas roofing and solar penalty.
You see him, he's turned.
I didn't
we see the end of it, but as he was running down the field, it really was. It was one of those where he's in phase with him, and in phase means he's running right with him.
Yep. Olivas roofing and solar penalty leads to an Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Idalou Wildcats, and once again getting a break courtesy of a wall penalty.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't matter whether you agree with it, I agree with it, either coaches agree with it.
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
It is indeed, whether we like it or not. And so now 1st and 10 just outside the Angelo MRI red zone, and now Hoochin is going to throw another swing pass. It's going to be incomplete. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 with 4:40 left here in the first half.
Yeah, and he threw that out there, and Garrett Guy was flying out there, so he was prepared to make a really massive hit if he did catch it.
And so now 2nd and 10. Hoochin now says hold up. He looks to the sideline. He has Gavin Vinson now in the backfield with him.
Wall is showing a full-out pressure. They have no safeties back. They're going full zero right here.
Yep, the old cover zero, as
unless
it were.
somebody pulls out immediately, but they're saying, okay, you know what we're going to be in, let's play.
And so now they do not, and so now a throw down that far sideline, way overthrown. That was intended for trying to get the number.
Number
as he ran
11
out of the
was the one that it was intended for.
Jensen Davis, and who was that on the coverage?
That was Bryson McFarden. The other, it was 11 on 11.
Yep, 11 on 11. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And so now Third down for the Wildcats as that pass was way overthrown, and the Wall's just daring Hoochin to throw it. They're basically with that cover 0 look. Now they've dropped off into
they've got
two
safeties high now, but yeah, they were just saying, look, it is what it is.
Yep.
You know what we're going to be in now.
Third down and 10 for the Wildcats, and Hoochin fake, retreat straight back. Here comes the pass rush now, and now he's going to pull the ball down, roll to the far sideline, make a tackle. He's going to get brought down inside the Angelo MRI red zone at the 18-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and it looks like
I'm going to bring up something on this Alpha Paving replay. So when everything breaks down, he starts running the other way. You see that block right there. How's that any different than a blindside block by a receiver on a linebacker?
Yeah, I've got nothing. I don't know.
But it's never called. But the poor offensive linemen get no love on getting a blindside block. It's not any different.
So Colton Hurst with the Dix Key Shop field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. Colton Hurst.
Impressive, young man.
What is that, 35-yard field goal attempt. So great job by Colton Hurst on that field goal.
But that's what Idalou needed to do. They needed to answer somehow.
And they did.
They did.
Right.
It was set up by the pass interference call, but either way,
can we say
they got there.
Can we say questionable PI call?
Well, I'm a corners coach, so I would have been griping about it for sure down on the field, but it wouldn't have done me any good.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I coached them exactly like Briggs was running down the field. He was in phase. Yeah. He had his arm there, just no different. No different than a receiver slapping their arm down. It's no different.
He was looking back. The thing that gets me, he was looking back, looking at the ball.
Yeah, no, he was totally playing the ball in the air. He wasn't playing the receiver.
Yeah, exactly. So now the Schertz landscape kickoff, and we'll put that one to bed, and we won't readdress that one much.
Well, we'll have to. Well, no, we won't have to come back to it. So, yeah, let's put it to bed.
21-10 now. The Hawks leading with 3:46 left as Hurst gets set up for the Schertz landscape kickoff. Let's go back to that kick by Colton Hurst. He really, he clobbered that one.
Yeah, a 35-yard field goal is impressive.
Yeah.
And I don't care what level you're at.
It would have been good from 10 more yards out.
Oh, yeah,
easy. It was halfway up the goal, halfway up the uprights when it went through. And so now the kickoff is going to hit at the 20 and be picked up by Wall, and there's going to be a loss on the return as back to the 17-yard line.
And it's like they're inviting the returners for Wall to scoot up 10 yards. Yep. Just scoot up 10 yards to have a chance of catching that on the run, because they've got some lanes if they ever do. But the kicker is so good.
He is really good.
I'm telling you, I wish I could hit a golf ball with my wedge that died like that.
The way he did, yeah.
Mine usually hits the green and flies off the other side.
You actually hit the green? You got one up on me.
Well, 1 out of 10 times, yes.
I play Army golf.
I'm 10%.
Left, right, left.
So. I get to choose which shot I post, right?
Yeah, there you go. So York now retreats. He throws over here to Reed Robertson. That's going to be incomplete, as he had Reed Robertson on a comeback sideline route. And it's incomplete, 2nd down. Now, if you're Wall, you got to be a little careful here as well. If you go 3 and out here, you give the ball right back to Idalou. Idalou got a little bit of momentum on their side after that field goal, and so you don't want to give them too much.
Right, but you don't want to play it safe. So
sure, no,
it's just offense as normal, and you hope you make some plays, because you're right. The alternative of giving them the ball back right now is not what you want.
And now just a straight give to Leonis on the outside zone, and he gets up to the 21-yard line, 4-yard gain. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6, 3:20 as the clock runs here in the first half. At halftime, we did want to bring up that we will keep it here and let you watch the homecoming festivities.
Yes.
We won't talk a whole lot. We'll come back shortly before halftime's over and talk a little bit about the first half, but we want to make sure you get to see the homecoming festivities. So 3rd down and 6 for the Hawks. York gets the snap, retreats, looks downfield. He's got a receiver open.
It's
wide
Bailey.
open. Briggs, that's Bailey. That's my man, Bailey. 10-5, touchdown for the young sophomore. A 83-yard touchdown pass to Briggs Jones. My, oh my, Briggs Jones, have yourself another great game. Evan Bailey. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm over here writing stuff down, not even paying attention. Evan Bailey, the young sophomore, with an 83-yard touchdown reception. Dick's Key Shop extra point forthcoming.
And now, young man, take off your gloves because now you got to catch a snap and put it down. And he's done a great job of that so far.
He has.
2 snaps ago was high. The last one was low.
He got it down there.
This one's going to be right where it needs to be. Right where it needs to be. And it's a fake. And they throw it for 2. It's
no! He dropped it. Oh, no.
Mickey had it in his hand.
Had it, dropped it. Oh, he's not. And you could tell, man. And Brylan White's coming over to comfort him or console him or whatever, but Mikowitz knew he had that.
But what I like about that is you're calling a fake here, and it's a set fake. You can see it from the get-go. He immediately catches it and puts it straight up right there, just tosses it.
Yep.
And
good throw.
He lays out for it.
Yes.
So great form. Now we just wrap it and tuck it. But what I love about they're having fun.
Yep, they are.
They're letting them have fun and play a little bit.
Alpha Paving, instant replay there. Church Landscape kickoff forthcoming. And you go down, you get a touchdown, and then you got to come right back out and hold for the extra point.
Right.
and you run a fake.
Yeah, then you toss it.
That's an interesting series there for Evan Bailey, and I want to make sure I give him the credit. Evan Bailey, man, he caught that, broke a tackle, and nobody else touched him.
Well, how about the ball being
Landon
on
York.
point?
Yes.
In stride.
Yes. Got him. You're right. Landon, we have seen this young man grow up this season.
Absolutely.
I mean, just grow up before our eyes. Church Landscape kickoff coming from Lane Stansbury. I know we gush over Bailey and York and whatnot, but man, it's just impressive to see how these young men have developed this season.
Yes, they're starting to get a really good grasp for this offense.
And so now that kickoff is going to be fielded at the 10, and here come the Wildcats, 20, 25, 30, cut back to the middle of the field and down at the 35-yard line.
Idalou tonight, their return game has just been on point.
It has been,
They have started at the 30 or further every single time, and their returners run really, really well.
Yeah. And so now that'll be a Oasis Crop Insurance first down after the Church Landscape kickoff from the Idalou Wildcat 35-yard line. They've got 2:37 left here in the first half to answer the Wall Hawks score. Wall's been real good about Idalou scores or Idalou gets a break. Wall comes right back and puts it on them.
Right.
They've been real good.
And that's what you want to do, obviously. I know I'm Captain Obvious here, but that's what you want to do is when you get a stop or you can get a stop them somewhere, you immediately want to go attack them.
Right. So now that first play.
And he actually fumbled the ball right there, but very heads-up play by jumping back on it. And it's going to be good for 3 yards. So.
Second down and 7 for the Wildcats as they will scrimmage from their own 38-yard line. 2nd and 8 now. Looks more like 7, but they call it 8. And so Hoochin rolls to the far sideline, stops, comes back the other way. He's got room out here. He's got blockers. He's going to cut back now to the other side, and Hoochin just running around out there, kind of almost, I'm going to say it, almost Tony Romo-esque.
Right.
Running around out there.
He had to run around quite a bit, yes.
He did. At the end of the day, he picks up a few more yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 with 1:40 and the clock running for the Wildcats. And Hoochin now stops, holds everybody, looks at the sideline.
Yeah, just a little sugar to see what coverage and defense Wall was going to be in, and they change up their play, move to stack twins.
Wall has a couple of safeties deep now after showing cover 0 a lot in this first half, and now out at the 44-yard line. I believe that's going to be a yard short of a first down.
It's going to be right there at it, depending on where they place this
I
ball.
thought they marked him at the 44, but I think they're giving him the 45.
Well, this is one that I wouldn't be surprised if they're going. Wow.
They gave him Oasis.
They gave him a
Crop
first
Insurance.
down. I really thought this would be one that they might measure.
Yeah. Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Wildcats now. And so quickly back on the ball come the Wildcats. And now Coach Craig Slaughter, the Wall Hawk head coach and defensive coordinator, now calling his guys, telling them to get set, get position. And now the Wildcats look over again at the sideline. Huchin has got number 44, Gentry Pounds, in the backfield, and now Huchin is going to retreat, and he's going to break it to the near sideline, and here comes Briggs Jones. Did you see him come flying up from his safety position? Wow.
Yeah, no, he fit in a great angle on Huchin, but Huchin is making people miss now. I said at the beginning, he's a great runner.
Yep.
You really kind of want to keep him in that pocket and not let him out because that's what he can do.
That's where he's done his most damage, and now he's going to go
That's
deep.
going to be intercepted by Briggs Jones.
That's going to be picked by Briggs, so back-to-back great plays by Briggs Jones. Welcome back.
Sorry, I
Mr.
called that
Jones.
one. I called that one before he even caught it.
Yeah, you did, because you saw he had the angle on it.
He had the angle, and he just doesn't drop balls. Not easy ones like that.
And on the Alpha Paving instant replay, you see the turnover.
And that's what both track and football speed will get you. I mean, this is a 21.9 200 runner that's playing middle of the field safety. So he's coming from the middle of the field over to that ball. That's what that kind of speed will get you.
And now the Hawks with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down after their second pick of the night. And so they will scrimmage. There is 43 seconds left. They lead 27-10. Do you just put it in your hip pocket?
With 43, you either do that, you keep it in your hands, but they're going to run a little swing. I love it.
And that's Briggs Jones, who fumbles.
And that's going to be Idalou with the ball, but that's kind of why I think you either keep it in your hand or you hand it off. That's a scary deal right there.
After all the nice words I said about Briggs Jones, I feel like I jinxed him on that one.
No, that's just –
it was a nice catch and run.
It's a great job by 44 for Idalou of punching it out.
Gentry Pounds has had some good plays on the offensive side of the ball, showing up there defensively now as he punched that one out.
Right. I mean, they just made a great play. Once again, it's not luck. It's preparation meeting opportunity.
Yep. And so now Oasis Crop Insurance first down for Idalou at the Wallhawk 42-yard line with
36 seconds left in this half. Walls up 27-10.
So a couple of quick turnovers here with less than a minute to go. It's kind of turned into turnover ball right now. And so Huchin, now he'll roll to the far sideline, still looking downfield. Now he's just going to tuck it and run. He's going to get out of bounds.
I'm not sure why
34.
Why Garrett Guy didn't go ahead and make that tackle, try to keep him in bounds and let the clock keep running. Instead, it stops at 28. Maybe he was further away than what it looked like up here.
Maybe so. So 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard pickup on first down by Huchin. And Huchin
he
now
sees it right there. Just lay out.
And now Huchin retreats, rolls. Little toss out here to the near sideline. He's got a receiver wide open, and that's trying to see who that was. That
was number 13.
Aiden Barrera on the catch.
And he's just running a cruiser. That's all he did. He was the number 1 on the opposite side, just cruising right in front of the linebackers, finds an open spot.
And with this kicker, they're in field goal range.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
With Colton Hurst, they're in field goal range right now. And so now Huchin drops back. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's got a guy open, and the ball is behind him and dropped as the Idalou Wildcat coaches here in the coaches box screaming, throw it to him. And I can't argue with him. I can't argue.
No, I mean, on any sprint out, it's flat, middle, deep. And that's your progression, and the flat was there. Just go ahead and deal.
So now 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats with 14 seconds left. And Huchin gets the snap, retreats, and now he throws a little swing right. Had a wide open Gentry Pounds who's going to get to the 10-yard line, and that'll be a Oasis Crop Insurance first down. And with one timeout in reserve, looking to see, are they going to call it here? Yes, they are. Timeout, last Idalou Wildcat timeout of the first half. 6 seconds left on the clock. And that was a nice pass to Pounds as he was just drifted out there to the far sideline into the flat. And Gentry was able to bring that in for a first down as they move inside the Angelo MRI red zone. So do you chance running one more play, Larry, or do you just put Colton Hurst out there to kick the field goal?
You're on the road. You're down by 17. You sprint out for this reason. your quarterback can run.
Yes.
So if they go into coverage and he has a chance to go, he's going to make at least one person miss. He's that good of a runner. So, yeah, I think you go for it, and I think you sprint it out and give him a chance. You put it in his hands, you know, and you got 11 out there who's been everywhere for Idalou. You either try to get it in his hands or you run it yourself.
So inside the Angelo MRI red zone are the Wildcats.
You see 11 lined up at slot to the wide side of the field over
Jensen.
here on the left side of Wildcat formation.
Jensen Davis. And now the Wildcats. And now it looks like the Hawks are going to call a timeout as Coach Craig Slaughter went over to the sideline official and said, I'm going to call a timeout here.
Well, sure. I mean, he had trips to the boundary and he had doubles over here to the field. I'm sure either, I would think, trying to get you to roll your defense to trips to open up that slot on the field side. So Craig Slaughter is now talking to his guy, okay, if we get the same look, this is how we want to do it.
Right, right. I want to remind you that here in 6 seconds of game time, we're going to bring you the Wall Hawk Homecoming halftime show. We'll leave it here so you can watch and listen as the Idalou Wildcat band will play, and then the Hawks will celebrate homecoming with their band and the homecoming court and crowning of the homecoming king and queen. Always a unique thing. It's, you know, I'm older than dirt, and we had homecoming back when I was a kid. Of course, we had to avoid the flying pterodactyls that were in the air during homecoming. You had to have spotters on top of the roof to see when they were incoming.
I got you. So,
so it's first and 10 now for the Wildcats with 6 seconds left. And now the snap to Hoochin. He retreats, and throws it now to the end zone and knocked down. And that's going to do it.
Bryson McFarden was the one that knocked that pass down.
And that will do it for the first half. The Wildcats threaten but unable to put it in the end zone. And we'll go to half with the Hawks leading 27-10. You're watching Wall Hawk football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Stay tuned for the halftime homecoming show.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Ladies and gentlemen, Idalou, Texas proudly presents the Idalou Wildcat Band. This evening, the band proudly presents their 2024 field show, Groovin' with the 60s by Barry Hurt, under the direction of drum majors Kaylee Cantu and Chess Thompson. The band would like to thank the Idalou School Board Superintendent, Robert Gibson, Idalou High School Principal, Jerry Estrada, and Assistant High School Principal, Marshall Heron, and the Idalou community for their constant support. Please help me congratulate this week's section of the week, the saxophones. The Wildcat Band is under the direction of Patrick Pantleo and Caleb Blakeney. The color guard is directed by Alicia Pantleo, and special thanks to Nick Pantleo for instructing the percussion. Let's give one more big round of applause for the Idalou Wildcat Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wall High School proudly presents the award-winning Mighty Hawk Wall Hawk Band. The band was performing their 2024 production, Step Into the Light. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Logan Brooks and Elisha Armstrong. Color guard captain is Lily Terrell. And now with Wall Hawk Pride, the Mean Green Marching Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to Homecoming 2024. And now let's meet the 2024 Homecoming Court. First, we have Emily Claire Baird. Emily is the daughter of Michael and Amy Baird. Emily is a member of the golf team, Hawks Helping Others, Student Council, and National Honor Society. She is co-captain of the varsity cheer team and a member at St. Margaret's Catholic Church. Next year, Emily plans to attend Texas A&M University, where she plans to pursue a business degree and law degree. She is escorted by her father, Michael Baird. Caitlin Brooke Holtman. Caitlin is the daughter of Curtis and Marcy Holtman. She is co-captain of the varsity cheer team and co-captain of the varsity volleyball team. She is also a member of the varsity basketball team, the varsity tennis team, and the UIL academic team. She is president of the National Honor Society and is a member of Student Council, Hawks Helping Others, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Caitlin is also a 4-H State Healthy Texas Youth Ambassador, president of the Lone Star 4-H Club, vice president of the Tom Green County 4-H, and a member of St. Ambrose Catholic Church. Next year, she plans to attend Texas A&M University, where she will major in public health and later pursue a career as a physician's assistant. Caitlin is escorted by her father, Curtis Holtman. Celie Lane Hughes. Celie is the daughter of Lane and Stacia Hughes. She competes on the varsity track and field team and is a varsity cheerleader. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Hawks Helping Others, and Student Council. She is involved in stock showing with Tom Green County 4-H. In her spare time, she does CrossFit and is a tumbling coach. Celie plans to attend Angelo State University, where she will major in physical therapy. She is escorted by her father, Lane Hughes. Madeline Sloan Searcy. Madeline is the daughter of Clay and Missy Searcy. She is a member of National Honor Society, Hawks Helping Others, FCCLA, and Art Club. She is also a cheerleader and does ballet at Ballet San Angelo. She plans to attend Texas Tech next year, where she will major in marketing. She is escorted by her father, Clay Searcy. Lexi Grace Slaughter. Lexi is the daughter of Craig and Kim Slaughter. Lexi is a member of Hawks Helping Others, Art Club, Student Council, FCA, and National Honor Society. She also competes on the varsity track team. Lexi plans to attend Texas Tech next year and major in business. She is escorted by her father, Craig Slaughter. Slade Annabelle Yoakum. Slade is the daughter of Casey and Tony Yoakum. Slade is a member of National Honor Society, FCCLA, Hawks Helping Others, and FCA. She is on the varsity volleyball team, the varsity track team, where she competes in shot put and discus. Slade plans to attend Angelo State University next year and plans to pursue a career as a pediatric physical therapist. Slade is escorted by her father, Casey Yoakum. our queen tonight are the 2023 homecoming queens, Emily Green and Malia Plummer. Emily is the daughter of Brandon and Katie Green. She is currently attending Texas Tech and majoring in human development and family sciences. Malia is the daughter of Chris and Angelo Plummer. She is currently working at Concho Valley Gymnastics and plans to volunteer at Wall Elementary. Assisting Emily and Malia are Zachary Wilde and Abigail Wilson. Zachary is the son of Grant and Emily Wilde. Abigail is the daughter of Shane and Jennifer Wilson. Zachary and Abigail are both kindergarten students at Wall Elementary. And the 2024 homecoming queen is Slade Yoakum.
Welcome back. We're watching Wall Hogs football on Concho Sports Network, brought to you by First Community Federal Credit Union. And you've just watched Homecoming. And Larry, shout out to Homecoming Queen.
Oh, Slade Yoakum, what a great representative of Wall High School. She's one of those genuinely nice people, the people that you love to be around. She brings an energy to a room. Just a positive energy. She's a great ambassador for Wall. They could, all those ladies were definitely deserving, but she's going to be a great representative. Like I said, she's just an all-around great, genuine, sweet person.
Yeah. Hawks fans, we want to let you know that if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go to the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group, Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road, and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way. And also, if you want to watch Concho Sports Network games on your TV live in high definition, all you got to do is install the CSN Roku or Amazon Fire TV app. You can install them now on either device just by searching Concho Sports on Roku and Fire TV. We invite you to check it out to get the best viewing experience. And so, Larry, as we get ready for the second half, first half, 27-10 the score. Your thoughts on the first half? I got some, but I want to hear yours.
Well, the first half, I think, is pretty indicative of what tonight is for Wall. I mean, it is homecoming, and we hadn't talked about that all night long.
No, we hadn't.
We just saw the crowning of the queen. Once again, great job, all of you ladies, on being selected by the student body. And then a big congratulations to Slade for being crowned. Now, the game, right? The game is kind of indicative. You saw Wall come out firing. Your team is always going to come out firing at homecoming. I mean, because homecoming is just that. You've got people that have built, and we talked about that at the beginning too, of a legacy, right? Mm-hmm. Of both teams are perennial. Well, you got people coming back that built that, and you do not want to let them down. And you saw Wall come out like that, man. They were firing on all cylinders, quickly go down and score, and then Idalou did what they needed to do. They returned the favor after a fumble recovery that put them deep into Wall's end of the field. So really, to me, that first half was one about Wall coming out hard, really fast, and then the rest of the first half was people taking advantages situations that just popped up.
Right.
The only other extended drive, I think, was Wall going up when they scored their 27.
Right. So now Lane Stansberry will kick it off for Wall. So we get ready for the Schertz Landscape second half kickoff. He approaches and puts his foot to the leather and coming down at the 8-yard line. The Wildcats, who've had pretty good returns tonight, another good one, out close to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 27, possibly the 28-yard line. And the Wildcats will have first crack at it here in the second half. A couple of things I want to talk about real quick as we get ready, because the Wildcats will go quick. The 83-yard catch and run by Evan Bailey. I know that's my guy. I've been talking a lot about him, and I'm just very impressed by that young sophomore.
Right, and those are the explosive plays that Slaughter was talking about early in the year, the ones that this offense just naturally brings because you're putting people in space.
Yes.
You're attacking space.
Right.
And, you always have that opportunity or that ability to rattle one off just like Bailey did.
Right. So now the Wildcats with Cutter Hoochin in the backfield. He takes the snap. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be swallowed up right now. That was Brylan White
and Lane
Stansberry, and also who else? Was there somebody else? Was that 61 in there?
I do believe it was Scandalari from his nose position. I mean, the front three all converged here. It was actually Brylan White, then Scandalari, and then Stansberry rolling in on that.
So good gang tackling there.
Yeah, and I totally I was waiting to see, but I expected Idalou to come out on the legs of Hitchens, and that's what they're going to do again.
Exactly, and so Hoochin now keeps it again, and he breaks free down that far sideline. He's going to get out past the 40-yard line to the 43, and that's going to be an Oasis Crop Insurance first down.
And that we'll see it on the instant replay here. It's a kind of a soft edge. That outside linebacker dips in just enough and then tries to go inside of 77. And it's got to be an outside.
You saw McFarden come in on that play as well as we get back to live action, and a quick 7-yard pickup. McFarden got sucked up inside there too,
right.
And Hoochin just took it outside on that keeper. And so now a 7-yard gain after the Oasis Crop Insurance first down, and now the Wildcats will face 2nd and 3 as the clock running under 11 minutes here, just underway in the second half. Hoochin with a back to his right. Gets the snap, drops straight back. He's looking downfield. Now he tucks it. Now he's just going to toss it out to big number 44, Gentry Pounds. And Pounds is going to pick up an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. So Idalou quickly out here, Larry.
Right, and that was Scandalari on that tackle. Exactly, and it's just Pounds and Hutchins doing their thing. Pounds is a load to bring down. He's a big young man, and we got us a flag.
False start. They're going to call, I think, number 13 over here on the near side. Aiden Barrera got called for a false start. And so that's going to be a quick 5 mark off. And so I was getting ready to say the Wildcats have come out here at warp speed. Apparently, Jean-Luc Picard is somewhere out there and has told them to engage. And, boy, they have hit the gas and gone for it.
Right, and they are running really, really hard. I mean, it's hard-nosed football for them right now, and part of it is like I said, little things matter, and where you attack matters. Like, we should have somebody on the outside, and we did.
An option pitch there, and that was trying to see who was there. Was all kinds of wall hawks. Brylan White over there. That was who else was?
That was Garrett Guy, I do believe, on the initial hit. And you see he runs the alley well. It becomes clear, and he attacks it.
Yep. A loss of 1 on the play for the Wildcats. So after a couple of quick Oasis Crop Insurance first downs, the Wildcats now backed up 5 on a false start and loss of 1 on a tackle for loss. And now Hoochin's going to keep the ball. He's going to make a couple of moves. He's going to get out here and be knocked out of bounds inside the 45-yard line of Wall, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable now, as it will be 3rd and 8 after 2nd and 16. That's a nice little pickup of 8 on that 2nd down and long, and Wildcats will try to pick this one up now. 3rd and 8 as Hoochin with 2 stacked to the left, 2 stacked to the right, and he retreats, keeps now throws, and that one's going to be batted down, picked off. Ethan Mickelwitz, 40, and he's going to be, what a pick. Oh my goodness, that's the 3rd pick of the night for these Wall Hawks, Larry.
And that one, Hoochin's moving around. We'll see it on this Alpha Paving replay. He's just trying to buy some time. He gets out, and you know, he throws right in the lane, and all he has to do is jump up, does Mick, and he does and takes off.
Ethan Mickelwitz, that was just an athletic play as he popped it up in the air and got it himself. Yeah, he didn't give up on it. He just kept with it, stayed with it, picked it off. Third pick for the Hawks, and now they will scrimmage from the Idalou Wildcats 39, 1st and 10 with 9:28 left here in the third quarter. So now the Hawks with a stack to the near side, and now just a straight handoff. And here goes Lianos, and Lianos with another Oasis Crop Insurance first down. This kid is really growing up as well before our eyes in that running back position.
Yeah, he has, you know, and once again, now you see a power with Hudson being the curl guy, but the whole line has just caved them all to the right, and it's just a big old cutback lane for him.
I've been singing the praise of Lianos and Landon York, but you know what? The big guys up front are giving them holes and giving them all day long, giving York all day long to throw that ball.
I mean, they created an entire wall for them.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
I mean, that's an easy cutback lane.
Got to throw some love out there. And now another give to Lianos, and Lianos.
That was Lianos.
And that looked like a horse. Maybe not. I can't see real good. My eyes isn't good. Alpha Paving instant replay as York gets the snap, and just a straight, looked like a little inside zone that he broke outside.
Right. That's just a grab of the jersey.
Oh yeah, he had it by the sleeve. It looked like he had it up around the collar, but it was the sleeve.
But that's a great stiff arm. But he also was having help by the backside tackle who was blocking out on that. But once again, a very powerful run
by Thomas. And now 2nd down and 8. There's 2 backs for York, and now he gives it one more time. Is that Lianos again? So it's a heavy dose of Thomas right now.
You know, and one thing I liked about that is you saw him be patient. It took him a little bit. Once he saw that block out, that's when he decided to cut it up.
You know, I've got a nickname in mind for Lianos, but I'm not sure that I want to say it because only older people would get it who raise kids. It's looking like Thomas the Tank Engine out there right now, breaking these tackles and picking up yards.
Thomas the Train.
Thomas the Tank Engine. And now York gets the snap, retreats, and throws a little in route to Reed Robertson, who fumbles the football.
Who, you know, the safety comes up and just takes it out of his hands, it looked like.
So Alpha Paving instant replay. Still haven't seen a signal of who the ball has been awarded to, and Reed Robertson. Actually, they may call that incomplete.
Unless they call it incomplete.
Yeah, because I don't think he
may not have had possession. Let's look at the replay.
Look as they
just watched it. I was watching on the field looking for a call.
Ineligible man downfield is the call. Olivas restoration and solar penalty flag has been declined by the Wildcats, and now it's going to be a fumble and recovery by the Wildcats. So kind of a rough start to the third quarter.
Right. I mean, you look at the instant replay again, it really looked like he took it out of his hands from up here. And no, I
don't know. Man.
I'm surprised that's not an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't know.
He dropped that on the first step.
You could say he made a football move, but did he really have possession of it when that first step came down?
You know, I don't know.
Anyway,
people take 3 steps and they drop the ball and it's an incomplete these days. So
Oasis Crop Insurance first down. The Wildcats now get the ball right back after getting picked off, and now the handoff straight up the gut. That is is that 15? A.J. Huddleston. Trying to see who that was. Yep, A.J. Huddleston.
And that's Mickelwitz and Dylan Sellers on the tackle.
So a little bit of a rough start here for both sides as the Wildcats were picked off, and then the Hawks picked up a couple of first downs and then fumbled the ball away. And so now 7-10, the clock is running, 2nd down and 7. Make it 6 for the Wildcats. And now just a pitch back once again to Huddleston, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 29-yard line of Idalou. Actually, was that Hoochins on the keeper? I said.
Yeah, that was Hoochins on the keeper.
I gave Huddleston the credit, but that was Cutter Hoochin. And now 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats, and now just a simple give. Is that the big man again? Trying to see who the number is under all that manpower on the ground.
I believe it's Pounds.
Yep, number 44, Gentry Pounds. He's impressed me. He's got a little wiggle to him. He can run, and he can pound. I mean, he can just pound it through that hole, get you running, get you going, then just run over the top of you. And so now Huchin looks to the sideline to get the call. Pounds in the backfield to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. He's got Barrera and Huddleston over here on the near sideline. Now he calls for the snap, and now Wall's bringing pressure right up the gut, and the throw is going to be behind the intended receiver. That was number 13, Aiden Barrera. That was a perfectly timed blitz.
Yes, they sent 2 people into the same gap. You'll see Garrett Guy and Mikowitz. They pick up Guy, they just don't pick up Mikowitz.
He got right in the face of Huchin, was able to delay him, distract him long enough, and that pass was nowhere near.
So with 6:22 in the third, it's now 2nd and 10.
So now Huchin with the back to his right once again. 3 to the far sideline, 1 to the near sideline. He's going to retreat. Now he's going to cut it up inside, and now he's going to toss it out to the near sideline. That's number 13.
That's a block 13, in the back, but it's
Aiden
not going to
Barrera.
get called, as looks like King forces him out, but it's a hold.
Aiden Barrera now in the hold call.
On the Olivas Restoration.
Olivas Roofing Restoration and Solar penalty flag.
They had a couple of them they could have chosen right there, not only to hold. You'll see it on this instant replay right at the end.
Looked like Brylan White. Was that Brylan White getting held, number 12? I don't know. Couldn't see.
Right there, that's a block in the back by 28 on 16 King.
Yeah.
But
they got
that
it for holding.
was not, and they got a holding, so now it's going to bring up, 2nd and
20.
20?
Yes, sir. With 6:11 left on the clock in the south end zone. And now the snap. Fake. Rolling to the far side. And Huchin's going to throw it short of the intended receiver.
And a really good job by your outside backer. I mean, he has a decision he's got to make there. Garrett Guy made the right one. He's rolling out. He's got to go force the throw. But the safety has got to come up. You'll see it right here. Garrett Guy makes the right decision. Number 10's got to come up on Pounds. You don't want Pounds getting that ball in space.
No, not in space with a head of steam, because he'll run over the top of you and keep right on going. And so now back in motion. Huchin gets the snap. He's looking, retreating, a little screen, and that's going to be blown up by the Hawk defense, and that's going to bring up a fourth and El Dorado now, as it's 4th and 20.
Just a short trip over there.
Yeah, maybe 4th and Cristobal, not necessarily El Dorado. We'll go 4th and Cristobal.
That's probably a little bit better.
Yeah, there's a couple more yards back. It'd be El Dorado, but Cristobal. It's the other way. Cristobal. So we're getting suggestions of 4th and wherever. So Huchin's going to retreat into punt formation, and he gets the snap, and he puts boot to ball, and it's going to come down at the 35 of the Hawks and coming back upfield. And there is a flag, going to be a block in the back, and is that Briggs Jones on the return? Trying to see who that was.
I want to say that was Kellen Oliver.
Was that Oliver? Yep.
Yes.
You got better eyes, man. You got to call these out. I'm getting them wrong 98% of the time.
But that's either going to be a hold or a block in the back.
Yeah,
it's a hold on Wall. Yeah, you saw the end result.
Yeah.
They both went to the ground.
Yep. 2 flags. A lot of flags out here tonight. The previous games we've called have been relatively Oliva Roofing Restoration Solar penalty flag free, but this one, there's been a lot of flags out here.
Yeah, there really has. Usually these games are a little cleaner.
And so now the Hawks with an Oasis Crop Insurance initial first down of this drive, and they will scrimmage from their own 39-yard line. Pretty good field position. 5:47 left here in the third quarter. The Hawks have had good field position pretty much all night long. See what they can do with it here as Briggs Jones is in motion. And York is going to go down that far sideline. He's got a guy up for it is Reed Robertson, and great defensive play by the Idalou Wildcats. That was number 13 out there on the coverage. Aiden Barrera, nice coverage on Robertson.
He was in phase. He was looking back at the ball. He was feeling where the receiver was and made a good play on the ball.
Yeah, where did I see that before?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, that's right.
But really good job by Barrera. It was. That's what you coach your corner to do,
exactly.
And he did a wonderful job of it.
Exactly. And now the handoff, just an inside zone give. And that's going to be a 6-yard pickup.
What a great hit by number 2 for Idalou.
That is Camden Lutrick, the junior.
You'll see him coming up from a safety position right here.
Boom. He came in and laid a licking on Thomas right there.
Great shot, young man.
It's the way you tackle in the open field like that. And so now, 3rd down and 4 for the Hawks, and York's going to retreat. It's going to be a screen pass. There's Llanos perfectly placed, blocking in front. Llanos, he's going to get inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, 28-yard line for another Oasis Crop Insurance first down. That was a perfectly called, perfectly executed, perfectly
and
blocked.
You'll see it on this Alpha Paving
pass.
replay. You're going to see they have nobody on the edge up top. So he comes down. There's nobody left there.
And they all got the whole defensive line got sucked inside. Got sucked up
just
inside.
Get behind your lineman and run.
Yep. And so perfect, nice blocking there, nice run by Llanos, and now the give to Llanos, and he's going to break a tackle, and he will pick up maybe 2, get to the 27, see where they mark it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have him right back at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
4:25 as the clock runs. I thought they were going to give him a couple of yards, but nope. At the line of scrimmage, so Llanos with another carry. And now Kyler O'Neill's back in there at the H-back position. Now a little toss out to the near sideline to the aforementioned Kyler O'Neill, and he was unable to bring it in. And now that'll bring a 3rd and 10 for the Hawks. You had that play called. It's perfectly designed, perfectly called, and Kyler O'Neill just couldn't complete the catch. So now 3rd and 10 from the Idalou Wildcat 27-yard line as the Hawks line up, and York with a back to his left. That's Thomas Llanos. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. York gets the snap, retreats, and now he's going to throw it on a little in route. Is that Reed Robertson again?
That's Reed Robertson. It looks like where the lineman is spotting this ball on Idalou's side, it should be a first down.
And that's going to be inside the Angelo MRI red zone, and it's an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. How many sponsors can we work into one play?
That was quite a few. Man.
There was.
I'm impressed. But once again, thank you for your sponsors. If you're watching this at home, they're the ones that make it possible, as well as the production crew.
Yes, they do, and we'll give a shout-out to production crew here in a little while. Landon York now will take the snap as he hands off inside, and yet more tough yards.
And the ball's on the ground.
Ball pops out again.
Idalou is definitely saying they have it. We'll see, and that is the call.
And they will take over at their 10-yard line. So once again, the Wildcats avoid scoring drive by the Hawks, as that one was stripped out of Llanos' hands.
That's one person holding him up, and another guy coming in
and stripping.
And he's trying to hold on to the ball, and they're just ripping his arms away.
So the Hawks with an Angelo MRI red zone opportunity taken away on the turnover by Thomas Llanos. And the Wildcats with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down from their own 9-yard line. Looks like where they're scrimmaging from. And Huchin will get the snap as he puts a back in motion, and now just a little jet sweep give. And number 15 is going to pick up a few yards. A.J. Huddleston on the carry. And they're going to give him 8 yards. Levi King with the tackle. 3:30 on the clock here in the third quarter. The Hawks lead 27-10. And now the give. Here's that guy again. It's number 18, Gavin Vinson, on the carry. Then Quinny with the tackle. And now the Wildcats will line 2 up in the backfield and 2 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. And just a turn and give now. And that's number 15 on the carry, A.J. Huddleston. And Huddleston, he'll pick up maybe 2.
Right, and that's going to be Bryson McFarden. in on part of that tackle, as well as Dylan Sellers.
Clock continues to run here. No score in the third quarter as of yet. Score remains 27-10 after it's been kind of a turnover defensive battle here in the third quarter.
I'm trying to see if Mikowitz is hurt, because he's not out there in the Mike linebacker position right now.
So now Huchin with a back to his right, fakes the handoff. It's a keeper, and that's going to be an absolute mauling of Huchin right there.
That was Lane Stansberry.
Yes, it was.
On the tackle from the defensive end.
Who else was in there? Was that 40?
That was Dylan Sellers
in there,
trailing
right?
down the line.
Yep, Stansberry made that tackle, and then Sellers kind of cleaned it up a little bit on the end of it. And so now 3rd and 8 for Idalou, as the Hawks defense is shifting around now, drops 2 safeties. And here comes the rush. The pass is going to be caught. First down by, who is that on the catch?
That's number 28 for Idalou on the catch on just a cruiser route.
Yeah, Colt Gandy, I believe that's his first reception on the night, but he just running like you said.
Just a cruiser route across. You hope that they get planted on the ground as they come across, but he was able to come across and catch it in stride and make good yardage.
Oasis Crop Insurance first down, and now the give. Outside zone play. And once again, that's number 18, Gavin Vinson. Haven't seen a lot of Gentry Pounds in this second half, as Idalou going with a little bit more, looks like a little more agility, as opposed to Gentry Pounds' ability to shove it up in the line of scrimmage. And so now Huchins. Now there's a flag.
Looks like it's going to be illegal motion on Idalou.
Yes, it is. There's the call.
So from 2nd and 4, that'll back them up.
So 2nd and 9 after the Leva Roofing Restoration and Solar penalty flag. Say that 10 times fast. 1:17 and the clock is running. 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats, and now the fake and the keep by Huchin, and Huchin's brought down after a 3-yard pickup by a host of Wall Hawks.
Now that's pretty impressive for Idalou to gain 3 yards right there, considering Wall was bringing pretty much everybody. In fact, they left number 2 all alone over on the side.
Yep. And so now 3rd down and 6 for Idalou. And now here comes the blitz. Here comes the pressure right up the middle. Huchin running for his life, and Huchin's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of, trying to see where they mark him. Looks like almost 10. Loss of almost 10 on the sack. I guess you would you call that a sack or a tackle for loss?
No, that's going to be, I would think, classified as a sack, since out of bounds is good as a tackle. So both.
Yeah. So that was Gavin Sisson that eventually pushed him out of bounds, and so now 4th and 14, so just 4th and San Angelo this time. And so Huchin going to kick it. It's not going to be, actually he's going to get a great roll on it, and the Hawks just get away from it. It's going to roll inside the Hawk 30-yard line and be down there. Real quick, folks, check out why First Community is the #1 local auto lender. With great rates on new, used, or refinance autos and a variety of payment options, they can help make your payment fit your budget. Be smart, bank smart. Apply online at 1cfcu.org or give them a call at area code 325-653-1465. Rates and terms, as always, based on approved credit. So the Hawks with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. They'll see what they can do here after a couple of drives ended in turnovers.
Right, they got 22 seconds left in the third right now.
And now just a pitch wide.
And that will be a horse collar tackle, and they've got that on the Olivas Restoration and Solar Panel flag.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I didn't see it. I'm assuming it's out there, but my eyes.
What's that, the flag? Or
yeah,
the
there it is.
collar?
There it is. There it is. No. I saw the horse. No, I saw that.
I
saw that.
The white cap threw it from about 15, 18 yards. It was a pretty good pass.
Yeah.
over to where it happened.
They called a face mask on
mask.
it. It was going to be one of the aforementioned. Now here on the Alpha Paving instant replay, just a outside zone give. That was Briggs Jones on the carry.
Yeah, that was really more of a harsh collar. He never even touched the face mask. I didn't think I saw that, but.
And so now that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Hawks just going to let this clock expire. We'll go ahead and go to break. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll see you after the break.
Dear San Angelo, we share the belief that expectations are meant to be exceeded.
You think a pat on the back and trust should be earned.
You admire those who always do their best and bring out the best in others.
You believe we should always help our neighbor.
You have a history of embracing excellence and professionalism.
You feel the way we treat each other reflects our community's character.
We are proud to say, San Angelo, you are our hometown.
Would you like a time-lapse of your construction project? Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services. Need to check your roof for hail damage but don't want to climb up that rickety ladder? Perhaps you're selling property. We also cover sports and weddings. Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services. San Angelo.
Welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Let's set the scene for you. We're in the fourth quarter. 27-10, the Wall Hawks up on the Idalou Wildcats. The Hawks picking up a first down off the Aliva Solar Restoration Roofing penalty flag as a face mask was called on the Idalou Wildcats. And here we go. Hawks scrimmaging from their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, no, that was a quarter that found a lot of back and forth off of turnovers.
Yeah. And now the slant route, and speaking of turnovers, the ball popped up out of Reed Robertson's hands, and now the ball's loose on the ground again.
And it looks like Idalou is going to come up with it both times.
They are awarded, so the pick, Reed Robertson caught it, made a move, it was punched out of his hands, it popped straight up in the air. You can see it on the Alpha Paving instant replay.
You know, and that's just an aggressive secondary. Great hit, got 3 people around, let's go.
That really wasn't as much on Reed Robertson. He never really had possession of it as it popped straight up in the air, was tipped out of his hands. Idalou stayed with it, was able to get that pick, and now they've got the ball again with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down on the Hawk 41-yard line. So the fourth quarter starts with a turnover.
Yeah, Boone Harris tried to get it back.
So Hujan now gets a snap. He fakes it to Pounds. He rolls to that far sideline and overthrows number 15, A.J. Huddleston. We mentioned this earlier. I think we mentioned it in pregame as well as we talked about it off the air. You get him on the perimeter and make him throw the ball, he's not as dangerous as he is when he's keeping it and making moves.
Yeah, you want him to throw the ball. Yeah. You don't want him running the ball.
Yeah, and case in point, wasn't able to hit that, but we've also seen him make some moves and some gains using his feet and legs.
Right, I mean, he's a pretty good passer, but he's a great runner.
He's a great runner. And so now, right on cue, he's rolling to that far sideline to the sticks, and he's going to be out of bounds after a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. 11:36 on the clock.
You know, and that's what you want to do. You want to get him sprinting out.
Yep.
If you can get him sprinting out, you got a 2-way possibility with him. And with the guy as good a runner as he is, that's a pretty safe bet.
Contain him on the sideline. Keep that gain. And now Wall bringing pressure. And that's going to be successful in the pressure as Huchin tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was Ethan Mikowitz on the tackle. You know, he's the spy on him tonight. Where he goes, Ethan goes. He did a really good job of weaving in there and getting a hold of some legs.
So now 4th down. Actually, is it 4th down? It's 4th down to 7. I thought it was 3rd down, but here we are. And Idalou looks like they're lining up to go for it, trailing 27-10 here in the fourth quarter. I'm thinking they might go ahead and pull the trigger on this one. And now the whistle sounds, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout called, and I believe that was the Wildcats that called that timeout.
Yeah, they want a little time to think about what they want to do here.
Well, we're going to take a break, pay some bills. You're watching Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
When having a truck is essential, you should drive a Tundra from Mitchell Toyota. A Toyota Tundra is a formidable combination of power, space, and technology. Plus, it's a great-looking truck. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And so 4th and 7, and here come the Wildcats sprinting out to the near sideline, and Hoochin cuts it back up inside. He cuts it back now to the outside. He's got the perimeter, and he's got a Oasis Crop Insurance first down. So good running. We just said it before the break.
Yeah, you've got to contain this guy. Yep. You can't let him go out and then dip back inside. He's too good of a runner. He's dangerous.
He'll make you pay.
And you saw Wall. They were trying to contain him, and he was able to find a hole and get up into the second level.
And now Houchin retreats, back, and throws it out of bounds, just gets rid of it. And I do want to apologize. I've just been corrected on the pronunciation of the quarterback's name. It's Cutter Houchin. I've been pronouncing it wrong all night, and I do apologize profusely to our Idalou Wildcat fans watching. Cutter Houchin, my apologies. It took me 3 quarters to get it right, and I do apologize. But we'll make it right. As Houchin now with a 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats, 10:38 left on the clock.
Hey, we're glad you're watching us all the way up there in Idalou.
Yep. And so now the handoff is once again to Pounds. Outside zone to that far sideline, a pickup of, see what they give him, a couple of yards, maybe 3 on that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7, maybe a 3rd and 8. Trying to see where they mark it. My depth perception is
absolutely terrible.
It's going to be a
long 3rd and 7 here, you know, and like I said, I expect the same thing with Houchin. Sprint him out to the left and see what he can do. I mean, he's dangerous wherever.
And now he's going to toss it to that far sideline on a little out route there once again to Pounds.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and a little over a 5. You know, that's the beauty of this game, going back to all our viewers up in the Panhandle tonight. You know, that's the beauty of this game. Yeah, it's a long trip, but live streams have made that possible for people.
I will say this:
to enjoy the game, even if it isn't in your own home.
I'll say it's South Plains more than Panhandle. So
okay,
yeah, it's
Fair
South
enough.
Plains area more than Panhandle.
Fair enough. Over by Lubbock.
Yes, just outside of Lubbock, about 20 minutes.
Where there's plenty of wind.
Yep. Houchin now scrambles around, and that pass is going to be incomplete, and the ball will go over on downs, as Houchin unable to complete that one on 4th and 5, and the Hawks will hold and take over at their own 25-yard line.
You know, and you got to give the Hawks a little credit there defensively, because they put pressure on Houchin, made him throw, and he set it into the ground right in front of number 15.
I'm thinking maybe more on the perimeter, like we mentioned, maybe move him outside, maybe cut it up inside and let him trust his legs.
Right. When he's sprinting out, he's got a two-way. I mean, he can make that throw anywhere he wants, or he can just take the for sure yards.
Right.
And with a guy like that, he'll take 4 for sure yards and make them into 20.
And now York turns and gives to Llanos. Llanos with a little bit of room out there, and he's going to have an Oasis Crop Insurance first down at the Hawk 39-yard line. So great run on first down by Thomas. Alpha Paving instant replay. Just a nice give and good block. Look at that blocking up front. Llanos wasn't touched for at least 10 yards downfield.
Right. You know, they doubled the end, which allowed that to be a softer edge.
Right. So now York takes the snap, and once again he's going to give it to Llanos, and Llanos is just going to carry it forward for another 6 yards.
And it looks like that ball might have came out again, but Wall jumps on it.
You know, you look at this game and you look at the turnovers and you think Wall could very well be up by at least 2 more scores without the turnovers. But the fact that they've kept fighting through self-inflicted wounds, self-inflicted mistakes, and here we are. They're still up 27-10 with 8:50 and counting left here in the fourth quarter.
You know, and I would say that Idalou's doing a really good job of stripping the ball, too.
Yes, indeed. And so now just a little toss play once again to Briggs Jones, a little swing pass, as we used to call it back in the day. And that was maybe a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 3 with 8:26 as the clock runs.
So with 3rd and 3, Wall's going to bring in 2 tight ends, and Stansberry and Brylan White. So they're just going to load this thing up. And right now they've got the numbers in the middle of the field, 7-4.
And now Leanos breaks a tackle, and he'll have an Oasis Crop Insurance first down as he crosses midfield and gets into Wildcat territory at the 48-yard line. Great play, great call, great execution by the Hawks.
Sure. I mean, you know, and you'll see it on the instant replay. They've got 5 in the box. Well, when you got 5 truly in the box, you run the ball, and that's what Wall decided to do right there. Now, you could add Pounds as number 6, but still.
And now there's a Levis Restoration and Solar Roofing penalty flag on the play, and they said, was it say chop block?
Chop block on the Hawks, so that's going to put them way back on a 3rd down, 3rd and it looks like about 18.
So again, the Hawks seemingly shooting themselves in the foot as they had the first down, but the chop block now marks it back to the Hawk 32-yard line, and York with a 3rd and forever now. As he rolls to the far sideline, he picks it up, and that's going to be picked off. That was intended for Kellen Oliver.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see.
Are they calling it a pick?
Are they calling it a catch? I'm not sure.
Waiting to see.
They're going to call it a pick.
It is a pick, and it's a first down for the Idalou Wildcats as York throws another interception. Saw that on the Alpha Paving instant replay. So York, uncharacteristically, a couple of picks, had none last week, and has 2 this week. So now the Wildcats, 1st and 10 from the Hawk 44-yard line after the interception. And now Houchin gets the call with the running back to his left.
Yeah, I don't know if you can keep giving Idalou chances like this and them not get in the game.
And Houchin now keeps it, and he looked like he hesitated. He's like 3 yards downfield. He looked like he hesitated, looking for a receiver for a moment. And I'm like, dude, you're across the line of scrimmage. Keep going. You've got the speed. Get it. 2nd down and 4 now for the Wildcats. Houchin gets the snap. Just a simple give inside. And that's going to be an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. Was that? Trying to see that number. I believe that was. Yep, Gentry Pounds again on the carry. So they're coming back with the ground and pound style after using the little bit more agile backs, and now just a little out route to number 11.
And that's a great Davis. They got Wall caught in a edge stunt by that outside backer Sisson, and they just threw that
little tunnel screen, whatever you want to call it,
little bubble right out there. Perfect call for that defensive call.
And now Houchin gives up the gut to number 14. Actually, that was 44, excuse me. Eyes aren't working again. Gentry Pounds. And
yeah, he's brought down by Dylan Sellers.
That'll be an Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Wildcats, and they're going warp speed yet again. And now Houchin with the snap. He's just going to take it on a quarterback keeper sweep, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 2. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 8. So here's what you got. 6:40 left here in the game, so the Wildcats definitely have got to score on this possession if they want to stay in this one, trailing by 17. And now Houchin's going to give it to Pounds yet again, and Pounds is just on the inside zone. The IZ, as Larry likes to call it.
Yeah, it was just an IZ, and and finally Dylan Sellers sees it and comes up and makes the tackle.
15 years ago, the IZ meant a whole nother thing to me. stood for the international zone, the area around Baghdad and Baghdad International Airport. It's been a few days there.
There you go.
More than a few, but here we are. And so now on 3rd down and 7, 5:55 as the clock runs and ticks away. The play clock at 5 now, and Houchin puts a man in motion, calls for the snap. Play clock at 1. The snap coming back. Houchin now has nowhere to go. He just throws it up, and that one is going to be brought down. Is that caught?
It's caught and brought down for about a 2-3 yard gain.
At the 15 inside the Angelo MRI red zone, so that was a prayer that was answered right there, that pass.
Yeah, you had 2 Hawks converging on the ball, but he wanted it more and came down with it.
2 Hawks converging on the quarterback, 2 on the receiver, and the Wildcats are able to reel that one in for a short pickup. And now 4th down and 4, 5:10 left. And now Colton Hurst is on to try the field goal for the Wildcats, the Dix Key Shop field goal attempt, and he absolutely clobbers that one, and it is no good.
It's too
wide left, but he had the distance. I mean, he had the distance on just not quite the accuracy you look for. So the Dix Key Shop field goal by the Wildcats is no good, and the Hawks will take over at the 20-yard line. And so now the Hawks have had some turnovers here in the second half, but so far they have not come back to hurt the defense.
So the Hawks look like they're going to come out in the 12-pack immediately.
Yeah, I see that. You quick to spot that one is number 12. Brylan White is in at quarterback. He takes the snap. He gives it to Mikowitz. Mikowitz right up the gut, breaks a tackle. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20. Brought down at the 19. Make it the 20-yard line. Mikowitz, Oasis Crop Insurance first down. Mikowitz looking like Tony Dorsett out there.
You know, and that's the same play that they scored with Mikowitz earlier. Exact same play, same formation, and he finds that hole again. And
off he went.
Yeah, he flips the field really fast here.
Mikowitz just rumbling.
Look at that, like a running back. He even switched hands.
He switched hands. He did. Yes, he did. You see this on the Alpha Paving instant replay. If he could have scored, that would have been even better. So now, Oasis Crop Insurance first down right at the inside the Angelo MRI red zone. The Hawks scrimmage from right at the 20-yard line of Idalou. And the snap and the give yet again.
This time it's going to be to Garrett
Guy. And Garrett Guy, in previous years, the fullback in the Hawks flex bone offense.
Right. He's no stranger to getting into the middle of people and wrapping that ball up.
Sticking his nose up in there. He's not averse to that and not a stranger to that. So now 2nd down and 7, 3:48 as the clock ticks. Hawks now just letting that play clock run, letting that game clock run. I'm sure Coach Craig Slaughter on the sideline was telling them, stick them on your hands and super glue and don't let that ball go, son.
Yeah, just understand that they're going to be stripping and hitting that, trying to hit that ball out. I mean, you can tell that they're well coached on that.
And Brylan White now, he just keeps it. He's going to plow through pretty much the whole Idalou defense.
Right, you know, and that started off as a football play and ended up being
a rugby scrum.
play.
Yeah, a rugby scrum. Yeah. I was waiting for that ball to come rolling out like they do in rugby.
You know, and that's a great shot, both by number 9 for Idalou and Brylan White for Wall. I mean, they collided and met in the hole, and then the scrum.
Oasis Crop Insurance first down once again, and here we go. 1st and goal inside the Angelo MRI red zone for the Wall Hawks. And still in the 12-pack formation. Brylan White takes and gives to Mikowitz again, and Mikowitz just basically falls forward for about 2.
Well, I mean, Idalou was grounding and pounding with pounds, and Wall said, all right, let's ground and pound with the 12-pack.
Here, hold my Gatorade bottle and watch this.
You know, and this is what you love about this game. It's a physical football game by both teams.
They both were finessing it in the first half, had some turnovers in the 3rd quarter. Now they've come out here in this 4th quarter and just tried to out-physical each other.
Exactly. You know, and what I love is this has been a physical game now for 4 quarters.
Yes, it has. And so now a second down and goal from the 7, and Brylan White calls for the snap, gives it to Garrett Guy. Garrett Guy cuts it up inside, and he's going to be tackled at the 3.
You know, that's going to bring up 3rd and goal in this Angelo MRI red zone. So with 3 yards, they're like, hey, we got all the way down the field with the 12-pack. We're staying with the 12-pack. Let's see what they do.
1:45 as the clock ticks on. Do you just kneel on it here? Because Idalou's not using their timeouts.
I don't.
You go ahead and try to stick it in for one more?
I do, but that's just the way I am. I mean, I said this a couple times today. All these kids out here are 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids on both sides of the ball. You know, stop them or don't.
Yeah, exactly. And so now that's going to be a false start, I believe.
I mean, 17 points with 121, that's still too close for my liking.
Let's give a shout out, if I'm not mistaken, that's Matt Kirkham wearing the white hat tonight. Knew him when I worked at Angelo State University. Nice young man,
so
if I'm not mistaken.
With 3rd and goal from the 9, they're going to take the 12-pack out, you know, let it cool off a little bit. And
put it back in the cooler?
Yeah, they put the 12-pack back in the cooler, and they're bringing their skilled guys back out. And with 3rd and 9, we'll see what they got. They got a little more room to run some quick routes and some rub routes and things like that, so we'll see what they do.
So now quickly, back on the field come the Hawks, and now that's going to be a whistle's going to sound. That's going to be a timeout called by the Wildcats. And notice here in the second half, I noticed coming back out after the halftime show, Coach Slaughter, no more coat, and he's got a hat on now. He's like, I'm done with homecoming. I'm wearing a hat now. He's still got the tie, I think, but no coat,
but
and he's got a hat.
Good?
He looks sharp. Yep. Oh, Coach Slaughter looks sharp in that. Almost didn't recognize him without a hat.
Well,
and and the tie.
Until we had to remember that it was homecoming
yeah,
tonight.
And his daughter was one of the nominees, part of the court there.
Right, you know, he was reminiscent of what Schembeckler used to wear one, right?
Very good.
The tie out on the field.
Yes, that's good. Remember when NFL coaches used to wear suits and ties on the field, and now they're like have to wear approved NFL gear, and that's a long
now
story.
they wear skinny joggers and T-shirts.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
A little bit different.
Yeah, not as professional, but hey, different era, different age, different people. So anyway, 3rd down and goal from the 8 for the Hawks, and York's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to the near side. He's going to throw to the end zone. He's got a receiver. It's going to be caught short of the goal line by Reed Robertson at the – you can't pretty much get any closer.
So here we go. The 12-pack is off the ice and coming back into the game with 4th and –
half
ball
yard.
Length
to
go.
That was a nice catch by Reed to come back and get that one.
So with 54 seconds left, their 4th and goal. This is going to be a really big down for Idalou. You know, and what I like is it kind of gives both teams. I know people will be going, well, you know, why are we even going for it right now? In reality, I'm going to remind this is not a playoff game. This is a pre-district game. Now, I don't know how many times Idalou has had a chance to work their goal line defense up to this point, but I'm going to remind this is a pre-district game.
Yep.
So both teams are going to have a chance right here on the 1-foot line to determine, how, you know, you're going to get exposed. Either the offense is going to get exposed or the defense is right here on something to work on going into district.
Right, agreed. So now
that's a flip idea of why you go for it right here on the 1-yard line. Of course, like I said, I'd go for it anyway.
Hawks fans, we want to remind you again that if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go see the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group. That's Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way. And here we go, 4th and goal from the half-yard line, half the length of the football line. And the 12-pack is in effect. Mickelwitz, Brylan White, Garrett Guy, and now Brylan White's just going to lean in and he's going to score, and that's going to do it. 39 seconds left, and the Hawks put another touchdown on the board and take a 33-10 lead, as that's an Alpha Paving touchdown as you watch the Alpha Paving instant replay.
Absolutely, you know, You know, like I said, it was going to expose something one way or the other. Either somebody wasn't going to block hard enough before we get this Dick's Key Shop extra point going.
Yep. And now that one's high, goes over Evan Bailey's hands and covered up by Lane Stansberry. And so that extra point is obviously going to be no good. And the Dick's Key Shop extra point is a fail by the special teams of Wall.
Right, just a high snap that he tried to bring down.
Yep.
You know, he brought one down earlier in the game, and that one it was a little bit out of his reach.
Yep. And now we're going to take a short break at the end of this one, and then we'll come back and recap a few things and set you up for next week as the Hawks will begin district play and give you some updates and whatnot. But stay tuned after this one. We'll take a short break after this one ends, and then we'll come back and fill you in on some thoughts and stuff. So that is actually the first score of the second half.
Right.
It's
like I said, it's been a physical game this whole second half, you know, with and turnover ridden. And that's something that both teams have got to fix going into district. And you're talking about two good coaching staffs. You know, but I want to go back to, and I'm probably harping on this, but some people will say you're just padding up the points. But I've always been under the way in my life is you earn everything, and there is nothing free in this world.
True.
They can take a knee and probably run out this clock, right?
Yeah.
But they just gave them an opportunity to look at a goal line stance.
Yeah, true.
And I don't know.
And that's the Church Landscape kickoff as the Wildcats will start with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down here. As 30 seconds-ish left here. 38 seconds left here in the game. The Hawks leading 33-10. First half, decent. Third quarter, a little sloppy. Fourth quarter has, as you said, more physical. It's turned into a physical slugfest almost.
Well, you know, and this game really reminds me of 2 years ago, the third-round playoff game that Wall won, I do believe, 30-6. This one's 33-10. So, and it was a physical game with a lot of turnovers, especially in the second half that game as well.
And so, quick pick up there is actually 30-0 in 2022. I went back and looked up the stuff.
Okay.
That playoff game was 30-0 according to the score online. And
I was about to say, I looked it up too. My son was playing in that game. I'm pretty sure it was 30-6.
Okay, somebody needs to fix the Max Prep score.
Yeah, probably.
It said 30. But you know they're never wrong.
Right. I went back and looked at a newspaper article just to make sure what I was thinking was correct.
Yeah, and that snap is fumbled by Houchin, and Houchin's going to roll to the far sideline. As we argue about the score, we still got 30 seconds left here in the game.
Yeah, well, 21 now.
I'll defer to you, Larry.
Right.
30. We'll call it 30-6. So now the Wildcats with a second down and 13. 21 seconds left here in the game. Max Preps always kills me because sometimes you can find accurate information and sometimes you can find guesses, I guess. I don't know how else to say it.
Or what was entered.
Yeah, what was it? There you go. And so now that's a throw across the middle of the field, and it's dropped.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. With
18 seconds.
Yep. You know, Wall's just going to sit back and prevent defense.
Got at least 4 defenders, 5, 10, 15, 20 to 25 yards off the ball, off the line of scrimmage.
Right. I mean, it's all about don't let anybody behind you at this point.
Deeper than the deepest man.
Yep.
And so Houchin is going to throw it underneath. And that's going to be caught and then driven out of bounds quickly. And the clock will run. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And that's going to do it here from Hawk Stadium. Clayton Weissoon Field in Wall America. The Wall Hawks take one 33-10. We'll be back after this to recap everything, give you some updates. You're watching Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, brought to you by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, brought to you by First Community Federal Credit Union. The Wall Hawks win tonight 33-10 in a game that seemed, I guess, it just seemed like it should have been more, Larry. It should have been a bigger margin of victory. I know you take it, you go home, you fix what happened, the turnovers and whatnot. It just seemed like it was really never in question. But it just seemed like the Hawks shot themselves in the foot a little bit tonight.
Well, part of it, the Hawks jumped out to an early lead, and I just looked it up again. It was 30-0 at Sweetwater 2 years ago. But it was one of those, they jumped out early. They were moving the ball probably a little bit better early on in the game. And in the second half, it was just ugly football both ways. But,
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Part of that is it's not when you say ugly football, it's not just the offense. That's a defense doing their job and being very physical about doing their job,
right,
and creating those turnovers.
Right.
But yeah, both teams have got to look at turnovers because it happened both ways, and
they got to fix some of
they've
that.
got to fix that going into pre-district. Because I think the team that does that, there's a good chance, like I said at the beginning, there's a good chance these two teams find themselves playing each other again in the second round.
Without a doubt.
And if they do, we'll see who has improved over those mistakes the best.
So a couple of quick highlights real quick we'll talk about, and then we'll talk a little bit about district schedule, and then we'll close it out. But I was impressed in the first half, Evan Bailey, that 83-yard touchdown catch and run, the 29-yard catch by Reed Robertson for a touchdown, that another contested catch down there in the north end zone. Great, and then the 12-pack, a couple of touchdowns off the 12-pack, Ethan Mickelwitz and then Brylan White. So those are all positive things going forward.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of good things going on for the Hawks for sure. And this is how you want your homecoming to end up, with a win. Everybody's a lot happier. The stadium was packed to see it, and hopefully a lot of people at home got to witness a really good football game as well.
Right. So this offense is rounding into shape, and obviously we can't forget the defense. They shut down the Wildcats, held them to 10 points. I'd be interested to see in the stats how many total yards the Wildcats had. But great, I don't even remember the amount of turnovers that the Hawks forced tonight, but great performance by the D.
Oh, yeah. The defense has played stellar all year long. They've allowed the offense to come along, and tonight was no different. It was like I said, it's a very hard-nosed football game, and defenses win championships.
Yep.
And tonight Walls made a few more plays.
Yep. And I will say this, that I still don't think this Wall Hawk team has put a complete game together. They still have. They look really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But they still haven't played that perfect game yet.
I don't think they've put four quarters together yet either.
Mm-hmm.
I think the potential is still there to be more explosive than what they already are.
Right. So let's talk real quick before we close this out. The Wall Hawks will enter district play next week. They'll face Merkel, Coahoma, Great Creek, and Stanton in district play. And this is when the game, I hate to say, not that these games don't count, but this is when you set yourself up for playoffs.
Well, yeah. All the games they played now, they've exposed you. They've shown you what you need to work on, because if you don't win the next ones, you don't make the playoffs, and if you don't make the playoffs, you don't ever have a shot of going to where you're trying to go to, which is Jerry World.
Right, exactly. I want to thank our sponsors tonight: Oasis Crop Insurance, Shirts Landscape, Olivas Roofing and Solar, Angelo MRI, Alpha Paving for both touchdowns and instant replays, and Dick's Key Shop field goals and extra points. I want to thank all of our sponsors. Also, First Community Federal Credit Union, as well as the Mitchell Automotive Group, Mitchell Toyota and Mitchell Buick GMC. I want to thank them all. I want to give a special thanks to Damon Bell and Brandon Richardson for providing great views and great production tonight. And Larry, this is it, man. I apologize. I'm going to have to go away for a couple of months. I'm not going to prison. I have to go to Maryland.
Well, I appreciate you.
When you say I have to go away for a couple of months, people are like, uh-oh, he get caught doing something? No, sir. I got to go to Fort Meade, Maryland, to a class up in Maryland.
This is one of those, it's truly your job is calling you away.
It really is.
And not your PO.
No, not my parole officer. Had to get permission from my PO to leave the state, but here we are. Kidding. I'm kidding.
There you go.
I'm trying to make humor out of something that's breaking my heart because I've really invest in this, bought into this, really having a great time. But I want to say thank you, Larry. It's been a pleasure. Used to be we just do playoff games together. This year we got to do all these regular season games, and it's truly been a pleasure, Larry. So I want to say thank you so much for not making me sound as bad as I could have and making me look a whole lot better and sound a whole lot better.
Well, that goes both ways, man. It's nice having you out here, out at Wall. You got to experience what I get to experience every day. This community is amazing. The kids are amazing. They're raised the right way. They're yes sir, no sir kids, and it shows out on the field as well.
Indeed it does. So I want to thank all y'all for watching tonight. Thank all of y'all from Idalou that tuned in tonight. We do apologize again for mispronouncing Houchin's last name for the first 3 quarters. Thank you for setting us straight on that. But thank you so much. Take care. We'll see you next week. We'll still be on live. We'll still be streaming the home games here. It'll just be somebody else calling it with Larry. So take care. God bless. Have a great night. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.